Just a couple of sharks hanging out. I'm excited for this stream. I am excited for this stream. What's up, Steak? Fuck Lane Kiffin. You're going all in on the fuck Lane Kiffin. You know what? So be it. So be it.
Fuck Lane Kiffin.
Yeah, fuck Lane Kiffin. Fine. I'm not fuck Lane Kiffin, but I am let's go Ole Miss all the way. Absolutely love it. And yes, before we get some speculation or some questions, I did fall asleep. I didn't see the end of that game. But I went out and watched it. I didn't go out. I watched it while I had my coffee this morning. What an unbelievable fourth quarter. So much to recap. Wasn't the best day, unfortunately, of exciting games. We'll talk about it. But of course, last game of the night ends up being a banger. Steak, great job on your wagers outside of Texas Tech. Nailed Indiana, nailed Ole Miss. You had Miami the night before. Great job. Essentially 3-1 in round 2 of the college football playoff. I believe they call that the quarterfinal. But thanks for the Nets yesterday, you fucking bitch. We got a glorious day of sports. This guy tells me that I'm just kidding.
I full faded in the NBA. So I don't recap losers, but in the stream I will. I did full fade in the NBA, but the comeback's coming. Don't worry.
Oh, I have zero doubt. I for what it's worth, I saw your face when someone told you that MPJ was out.
Yeah.
And you didn't like it.
I feel like I'm usually sort of sharp on getting on those lines when they're questionable. I've been trying to do, and then they announce he's in and I gain a few points of CLV. But I took the L there. Big fat L. I'm pretty sure Rockets started on like a 14-0 run or something.
Yeah. By the way, you see that little Fake Sharps thing logo in the top? Do you see that above your head?
Oh, yeah. Love it.
I made that. Yeah, no big deal. Good morning, everyone. Thanks to everybody who tuned in and hung out with us yesterday, live streaming the games. Had a great time. What are we laughing about? Newly named Jeff Sunday rocking the Prophet X hoodie and chugging a beer like that is awful for the brand. Listen, do you want me to just get ahead of it?
Yeah, I mean, we got to talk about it. I think we should just talk about the beer chug first. Okay. I'm a little banged up. There's quite a few. I think I had a lot of shots of peanut butter whiskey. It was delicious.
Yeah, it was delicious. I had a great time. I'm actually not hungover. I saw Sports Clown or something asked about a hangover. No, I was good. I paced myself. I got a lot of shit to do today, so I'm not. I couldn't be hungover, but when you get older too, I mean, if I was to go really, really hard, you're done for 2 days. And the weather's beautiful in Florida. I got to spend some time with family. I have some errands and run and bullshit to do. So I was like, need to be okay. But nevertheless, like having a great time. So went in right off the bat, had a Guinness. We had a shot. I need to get, when the sun's out, I do need like a hoppy, like traditional beer, not a Guinness. Went with a Kona Big Wave. Then I had a vodka diet, which I like. Had a couple Sun Cruisers. Really took it easy. Paced ourselves. A pickleback. All around the world. Around the world.
I wouldn't say that was pacing ourselves. We were consistently drinking beer, seltzers, and alcohol for.
Sure, for my standards, it is. Okay. You were slamming the Sun Cruisers.
I was slamming the Sun Cruisers for sure.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the beer chug, because my issue isn't that you didn't want to do a beer chug. It was the fact that Jonesy said beer chug and you acted so excited about the idea of us all competing in a beer chug.
Correct, because there's 4 people and us competing in a beer chug, more so to see where you guys land in the beer chugging, because I truly did not think you were a good beer chugger, but our buddies, J Time and Joey Dumps, excellent beer chuggers.
Yeah. Hold on. Did Total Slayer drop a bunch of subs? Because we can't brush that under the rug.
He sure fucking did. Total Slayer came in here with 10 subs right off the rip 3 minutes ago. I almost missed it. Appreciate you, Total Slayer. And also just appreciate everybody. Thanks a lot. I mean, we did rebrand and change names, and everybody's been fucking you don't have to listen. We don't like Yes Men, so you can not like it. We understand we're not going to appease everybody, and that's okay. But the support and the vibes have been awesome. So thank you very much. Looking forward to having a great year, and hopefully the goal this year is to get the board review getting a sponsor. Okay. Is a name change going to do that? We have no idea, but is it going to maybe increase our chances? Hopefully. Just tell Iowa thank you for the subs. Wow. That's what it is. Iowa. Damn. So he faded Steak on that one and gave back for the subs. We love to see it. We do. We love to see it. Okay. Let's talk about a couple of stream streaks real quick, Steak. Real Nicky gambles 10. Grealish calves 35. Adams got picks 15. So basically, you're surprised that I got excited.
I was surprised that you got so excited and then put up such a lackluster effort when you knew the cameras were rolling. You know, like you knew everybody was watching. You didn't even fucking try.
Okay, first of all, I don't care. There could be one person watching. There can be 1,000 people watching. I am who I am, and let me just explain something to you. Are you listening?
Yeah, I'm doing my best. I'm sure.
All right, I know. I told you, and you should know this. I have never been good at chugging beer, ever.
There's not good at chugging beer, and then there's whatever you did.
I can't chug beer. I can't.
Really, really pathetic.
Okay, I can't chug beer, but I want to make a comparison because let me ask you this: if you can't play golf,
no,
can you swing a golf club?
No, I would never do it on camera. You literally couldn't pay me.
But that's the thing. I don't care. I'm not embarrassed.
I just didn't know why. You should have said that. Like, I don't beer chug. I'm not going to beer chug.
I'm almost positive I did say that. And
I have to roll back the tape. It was
okay.
bad.
And you've known me
times yesterday because I was kind of drunk and it was really fun watching it. But man, your effort was low.
Let me just explain two things. That beer being ice cold, not good for chugging.
Yeah, I know. I tried to throw up so bad.
See, here we go. And here we go. So this is the best take of all. You are saying, oh my God, I can't believe your lackluster effort while the cameras are rolling. Yeah. Well, Mr. Hotshot, you with the bright lights and the camera and the people watching, feeling the need to go above
left it all on the line.
Going straight to the bathroom and standing that you
I wanted to throw up, dude. I wanted to throw up. I couldn't do it.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
We know that you fucking weren't going to go to the bathroom to throw up because you barely sipped any of your beer.
I
on the line, dude. You were Baron Morton. I was Trinidad Chambliss.
I cannot. I would never be a first round bye in a playoff of a beer chugging contest ever.
No, it's true. It's true.
I would be if beer chugging competition, if beer chugging was the college football playoff, I'd be like fucking Texas, you know.
Totally fine. If putting it all out, putting your body on the line for the W is fucking illegal, then lock me up and throw away the key, man.
Yeah, sure, I guess. Yeah. No, listen, I was more disappointed by my effort. I mean, I thought I was going to chug more than I actually did. That beer was freezing cold.
It was so cold. That's honestly what made me want to throw up, if we're being completely honest. It fucking went right to my stomach and it was fucking freezing cold.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that, again, if it was like a room temperature beer and a proper pint glass, could have probably gotten like a solid 3/4, 2/3. I don't even know if I could chug the whole thing, but I would have taken my time. Yeah. Like I can slam, if you give me like a can of Coors Light or something, I can chug it. It's just going to take me 5 times as long as everybody else.
Yeah.
I've never been able to beer bong funnels. Like I've seen people do 2-story funnels where it just whoop, goes right down. And I'm like, how is that possible? I do a little bit of a funnel. I just can't do it.
Yeah. Well, we'll never do that again.
Good beer makes you end up in the restroom. Yep. Jeff Sunday is the Dylan Gabriel of beer chugging. Well, I mean, didn't that guy, he was good in college. DGen is a Texas Tech offense. Yeah, sure. Again, I think you're giving me too much credit because at least they even got a first round bye to begin with. I wouldn't even be anywhere near the competition for beer chugging. We got to stop calling whatever that was. Okay. Couple sips. You've never done beer pong. Of course I've done beer pong. The lack of ball knowledge here is crazy. When you play beer pong fuck stick, there's like that much beer in the cup. You've never done beer pong. Jesus Christ. Quarters was a fun game too. Big quarters guy, big flip cup guy, big beer pong guy. Never been a beer chugger. Yeah, Jesus Thrasher. It is funny when people try to chirp you and then it kind of backfires. Like, remember when Snacks was like, I could have done better than DGen against Beeve. It's like, bro. Oh my God. Did you see Special K too? Special K hits me with a fucking, is DGen good at anything? Brother, I will fucking spin you around like a record in anything you want. Anything you want.
Spin you around like a record sounds like a Morgan Wallen song, dude.
Any fucking
spin you around like a record. Who do you
anything? This motherfucker was DJing good at anything. What do you want to do, bro? What do you want to do? You fucking
and I just wanna spin you around like a record.
Yeah. Well, I actually just watched Wedding Singer, and it's you spin me right round. Great movie, by the way. Awesome soundtrack. That was in my head. So, anyways. Yeah, come at me, bro. Yeah, exactly. Beer sip competition. No, anybody will smoke me. Anybody in a beer chugging competition. Spin you around like a record is some old shit. Yep. When you said it's too cold yesterday, I was dying. I once lost a bet because I thought chugging ice cold Newcastles was impossible. My boy sent a 22-ounce down like beer fence wreck. Yeah, I mean, some people
feel great after.
No, some people have that gift where they can just chug. I don't get it. I can't do it. You know that guy? Do you follow Dana Beers, the Barstool guy?
I know who that is. Follow, no, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, I know of him. He seems like a nice guy, but
yeah,
that's like his thing. He can just anytime, anywhere, any place, any beer, he could just chug it. You just have like some gift of like opening your throat. You know, yeah. I mean, you make that look on your face, but like, yeah, I didn't know you had that in you, and you do have that in you. So that's impressive. Good job.
I see what you're trying to do here.
DJ, what is something you would put your reputation on the line? I'll tell you right now, typing. I'm the fastest typer you are looking at the fastest typer you will ever see. Ever. Keyboard contest right now. I'll fucking type faster. Probably 115 words a minute. Maybe more. W throat. No, that's so gaff. Well, let me tell you.
You know what I'd rather be good at?
What?
Absolutely nothing. I'd rather be good at nothing than say typing when people ask that question.
Well, that's legitimately what I know I could smoke everyone at.
What else?
Push-ups.
Push-ups. Okay. Yeah, the push-up contest between you and Kev, that would be fun.
I will fucking wreck his shit, dude.
How many can you do without stopping? Real push-ups?
Probably 45, like right now.
Okay.
And I'll tell you this, all these fucking keyboard warriors over here, 90% of them can't do that. I believe they're probably huffing and puffing after fucking 12. DJ, you just not good at anything. I could do better in beef. I dare one of you motherfuckers to square up against beef. That guy fucking can play basketball. That's all I can tell you. Banning people, that's actually pretty funny. I have a very particular set of skills. Yep, I absolutely cannot do that, but I can play. Snacks, get the fuck out of here. Playing ball in your fucking local YMCA is not playing ball against fucking beef. Push-up advantage because of arm length, less range of motion. Very fair. By the way, on no bullshit. On my high school football team, second strongest guy. 27 reps of 185.
Yeah, Hefe, the outdoor beef wasn't a good beef, but indoor beef was a problem.
I'm not totally sure outdoor beef wasn't throwing that game, pot, to be honest with you. But
he did look like he was throwing that game. He just couldn't hit any shots.
Yeah.
The rim.
It was just the way he was huffing and puffing was like, are you really this out of breath? Like you're skinny as fuck. You're like, you never go outside. That's what that tells you. That Beeve never goes outside. I think he sits in a basement for 20 hours a day just watching fucking Sam Houston State. 20 years ago. That is true. That is true.
That shit was crazy. Beef saying, I'm lucky because of my wife, because she lets me go to the bar at noon and he can have 5 TVs in the basement. You know how my wife would look at me if I said, hey, you know, this office, I want to put 5. I have 2. And she acts like it's crazy. I couldn't even imagine what she would say if I said I need to put 5 TVs up so I can watch every single game.
We like beef. Incredibly low self-awareness.
Yeah.
Incredibly. Would you ever tweet something to your wife that's like, get back in the kitchen? That's what I thought. Hi, and then Beef has the audacity. How do you do it?
Oh, me, you, and Elon Musk. If I tweet that,
oh my god, we would get absolutely fucking smoked. Yeah. Anyways, let's recap some games. Should we con Knipple? Yep. How was Snack Subs not sub, by the way? Crazy. Thrasher's fucking sub. Let's recap some games. By the way, good to see Javon in here. DGen, is you and Beef real when you argue about betting? No, there's no actual. When we argue about betting, what is he referring to?
I don't know, but there's no real DJ and beef, even though it'd be funny.
No. I treat Beef like I would a friend, essentially. I'm just serious with him, or I bust his balls when he deserves to have them busted. It's okay. There's just listen, Beef's just a fake tough guy, and sometimes you gotta bully the bully. You know what I'm saying? Jeff Sunday sold me Fent. Not true. I fuck with the name change, Unks. Thank you very much. How's the hangover? Already addressed that. Not hungover. Feeling good. Waiting for these guys to broadcast live from the bar parking lot. That would be fun. That would be fun. Love the Phillies Phillies hate. Interesting. A beer chug was the equivalent of Bama plus 7.5. Yeah, let's get the recap. And my Alabama hate watch ended, and I can't wait to
start with Alabama though.
Yeah. We do have to start with Oregon, Texas Tech. So I'll kind of let you handle this one. I got to the bar at halftime. Was not invested in this game that much. I did take somebody asked how the board went 2-2. So Miami came through, Oregon came through. It was never Alabama first half. It was never Alabama anything. I'm a little salty about the Ole Miss first half. That fumble was very unlike them. We'll talk about that in a bit. But Oregon, just domination from start to finish. But at the end of the day, I mean, it was like 6-0. They weren't really having that much success. I think it was the story is really how bad Texas Tech was. I couldn't even really watch the game in the second half. We were going to go live. It was like, this game's terrible. Let's just hang out and enjoy ourselves and save it for Alabama. What were your takeaways from Texas Tech, Oregon State?
I mean, this is like a hard one to have any unique takeaways, right? They were awful. They embarrassed the Big 12. They made it a real problem for the Big 12. And then these arguments in the future, because this was their juggernaut. This is their team that has the money to spend on top tier talent. This is the team that rolled through this fucking conference. And this is the team that was supposed to put up a fight against a team like Oregon. Not just put up a fight. I mean, did they close as favorites? Whatever. They're the higher seed. Like, this was just so embarrassing. Specifically Baron Morton. Because I'll be honest, I actually thought the Texas Tech defense was pretty incredible. Mm-hmm. I don't know if anyone will acknowledge how hard it was to keep Baron Morton in that game. That's honestly, like, hats off to the Texas Tech defense. They actually played their fucking asses off in the first half, but at some point, it just became impossible. Baron Morton was 18 for 32, 137 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions with an 18 QBR. And honestly, all I can think about when I read that is, what's a 17 QBR look like, or a 16 QBR, or a 15 QBR? How the fuck did this guy have an 18 QBR even? Like, he had one of the worst quarterback performances I've ever seen in a playoff game. The shots downfield were into double coverage. There was very few of them. It was a lot of dinking and dunking with no chance to pick up the first down. I mean, they were fucking awful offensively. It's one of the worst things I've ever seen. I mean, I watched Max Duggan have to play Georgia in the national championship. That wasn't as bad. I think there was a time where Michigan State didn't score in a playoff game. I forget exactly what year that was. But this is the worst playoff performance I've ever seen.
There was a really good tweet. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah. Also, see what Javon said and what I told you at the bar? The backup quarterback is kind of a baller, but he's out. So there's like not even an option to fucking.
Oh, yes. Got it. I asked you that. I was like, man, isn't their backup good? What's going on? And we thought he may have been injured. Okay. Thank you for the clarification on that one, Javon. There's a really good tweet, because it's like, how do you attack this? How do you criticize, what we're seeing? And it's different with Alabama. With Texas Tech is not the same as Alabama in terms of, like, should they even be here? Like, you can't have that argument. But I saw a really good tweet. Look at this tweet, Steak. This is from Nugget Chef. I don't even really know who this guy is, but I follow him. He follows me. This is good. Underdog affiliate. College football is just the process of saying every team is a fraud when they lose until you get to the champion, who is inevitably also a fraud because every other team has already been exposed as a fraud. So who did they really beat? That's a fucking great tweet.
That is a great tweet. That is what we do. We also do that in the NFL. It's not that different in the NFL. You know how quick we'll call the Eagles frauds when they lose this playoff game, or it's definitely what we do.
You had a rant about Jalen Hurts stinking, so
he does stink.
Okay.
Jalen Hurts stinks, but we're not talking about that today. But you know how ready everyone is to call everyone on the AFC side a fraud? You think people aren't lined up to call the Broncos, Jags, Texans frauds? They can't wait.
Yeah.
They got the tweets in their drafts.
So this is though, I mean, this is tough, dude. Have you looked at Texas Tech schedule?
Yeah.
All right. I'm just going to point a few things out. Like, this is a bad look. You start your season just how most teams start their season, except if you're Notre Dame. You get Arkansas Pine Bluff, hilarious. And then don't worry, we got another cupcake for you. Kent State, also hilarious. Oh, don't worry, we got one more for you just to make sure you're good and ready for your first test, college football. Oregon State. Those are your 3 games. You go on the road to Utah, unbelievable performance, 34-10, unbelievable, like hands down. Great win, start to finish. But then you play Houston, you play Kansas, you lose to Arizona State, Oklahoma State, Kansas State, UCF, West Virginia.
Yeah.
Talk about a fucking soft schedule. And again, I'm almost done. I'm sick and tired of talking about the schedules. And I'm also, you know what I'm also kind of sick and tired about? I'm kind of talking about conferences. There's just a lot of not very good teams. So in order to be like super, super impressive, you have to just dominate. Like you can maybe slip up once, but you got to dominate everywhere else. I'm not going to have the argument that Texas Tech shouldn't have been here. My excuse that I'll give them, and I'm being nice, because that their coach was talking a big game. All of a sudden you get some oil money, give you the second most expensive roster, talking a big game, whoever the fuck you are, Mr. Coach. I don't even know his name, Joey Baloney. But I give him the benefit of the doubt. 26 days off. That's tough, man. You're not the same team after 26 days off. You're just not.
Yeah.
But this is another thing too. I mean, we got to chill with the BYU stuff. We just got to chill with the BYU stuff.
Yeah, that's fine now. Guess we'll have to say that. I'll say that I thought Dante Moore was very poised. That's one positive takeaway I have. He's a poised quarterback who I think won't make a bunch of mistakes against Indiana and could keep his team in the game. Still haven't seen like the superstar potential yet, to be honest. I saw that thing flash on the screen while watching the game that he's now the number 1 overall projected pick to go to the Raiders or whatever it is. I haven't seen that yet, to be completely honest, but I like, for example, they're +4 next week against Indiana. I find that to be an incredibly interesting line.
Me too. Let's talk about Oregon for a second. I don't know what to think about Dante Moore. And I think, you know what, you and I should do? This will be really fun. We should do a segment next week. Let's talk about college quarterbacks and their pro potential. I'm not seeing Dante Moore as an NFL quarterback. I'm just not.
Yeah. But then are you seeing Fernando Mendoza as one?
Tough
quarterback class, because then there's Texas.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a guy. There's got to be like a Tyler Shook of this class that like is gonna sneak past everybody, and I don't know who that is. I'm sure somebody else who knows more ball than I do will have that name. But Dante
Moore, also 25 years old. You got to remember that.
Yeah, I know, you're right. 26 of 33, 234, no touchdowns, 1 interception. But Oregon didn't score a touchdown until the third quarter here. Texas Tech's defense was very much legit. Offense did them absolutely no favors. I'm not taking away too much from Oregon in this game. So I'm not, I respect them, but I'm not taking away too much from them. And that's,
they got the things, man. They got the things. Oregon has the things you need to win national championship.
You're right.
Past failures. They have past failures, a coach with past failures, Ryan Day, Mario Cristobal, however you want to slice it. Those are guys that were once completely ridiculed for not being able to win big games. They have a poised quarterback. They have a good defense. They have a good offensive line. I'm just saying, like, there's not a lot to take away negatively from Oregon, except that their offense wasn't that impressive. But I think Texas Tech's defense is the real fucking deal.
Yeah, for sure. DJ and Lug gifted snacks to Sub Bank. Appreciate you. Thanks again, Total Slayer, for the 10 subs. Dante Moore has pretty elite ball placement. Misses some reads, but definitely has the arm talent. Fair.
Yes,
Dante Moore needs to play more games. Another year in college would definitely benefit him. Agreed. Oregon's downfall will be Dan Lanning decision making. Yeah, dude. I tweeted this. I mean, going for it on 4th down in some of those situations were so fucking stupid.
He lost the plot. I feel like he lost the plot.
Well said. Well said. I kind of think he lost the plot too. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Okay. Oregon 23, Texas Tech 0. Man, getting shut out is just crazy in the college football playoff.
It's really bad.
Again, this is just bizarro world. Oregon, Northwest team going all the way over to Miami and playing this game at noon. Like nothing really made sense. But nevertheless, it was always the odds makers respecting Oregon with that being a 2-point favorite. A lot of sharps, if you listen to VSiN or anything throughout the week, smart people were all over Texas Tech. I mean, look, I don't blame them. I'm not shitting on anybody, but just always get a little uncomfortable when everybody's on one side. However, that's a perfect segue into everybody was on Indiana. And I told you that made me a little uncomfortable. What are you making that look for?
They weren't.
All right. But you're right.
It's wrong. It's just not
people. The smart people.
Okay, the smart people. But the smart people were on Texas Tech, and the Trents were on Texas Tech.
You're right.
The Trents were on Alabama. The smart people in Indiana. There is a difference.
There is a difference. You're absolutely right. Yes. A lot of smart people on Indiana too. But you're right. It was definitely more split. People were certainly lining up to take the points of Alabama. You were right about that. I was wrong about that. It was never, ever, ever Alabama in the college football playoff. It just never was. It never was. Before I put a bow on my Alabama hate watch, let's talk about this game. I want to hear what you have to say. But great job. You never wavered in this one. You never wavered. We had a very good team effort here. I pushed you into Miami against Ohio State. You pushed me into Indiana. And then we both collaborated on Ole Miss. That was beautiful. Played the under live in this game too. Got there 47.5 on Profit X. Shout out Profit X. Use promo code STAKE if you sign up. But Indiana almost went over in this game by themselves. Low scoring first quarter, 0-0. But then this team woke up and they just Indiana just looks awesome. They look awesome. I heard all week about them missing their fucking their best defensive lineman, and you don't want to. Very, very important position, interior lineman. Very important. I didn't think it mattered at all. These guys were fucking flying around, playing great coverage. Ty Simpson was 12 for 16, 67 yards. I mean, that is nothing. He's not throwing downfield, kind of Caleb Williams-esque. Fernando Mendoza, 14 to 16, 192, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 96 QBR. Kalen Black, 15 carries, 99 yards. Roman Hemby, 18 carries, 89 yards. This team had 50 rushes for 215 yards, 4.3 yards per carry. Unbelievable. Your granddaddy's Alabama is dead.
Your granddaddy's Alabama plays like Indiana. Indiana did Alabama like Nick Saban's Alabama used to do fucking other teams in the playoffs. Fucking 50 rushes. And there were so few of those that were negative plays. They were getting 4 or 5 yards every play. Fernando Mendoza had more touchdowns than incompletions. He only had to throw the ball 16 times. Indiana is the real fucking deal. They're the real fucking deal. And Alabama fucking sucks. They probably should have lost to Oklahoma, but Oklahoma also sucks, and that doesn't matter. Alabama has no weapons. They have no weapons. I don't know what the fuck happened to Ryan Williams. I don't think Jeremy Bernard is anything impressive. We've been saying this. Alabama fucking sucks. Indiana's really good. It showed on the football field. It did kind of feel like an easy read, I'll be honest. If you watch the games all year, like some of them aren't this simple. This was simple. If you watch the football games, I think you would have seen that Indiana was a lot better than Alabama if you could just get it out of your head that it was Alabama. That's just what it is. Alabama mid as fuck. If they didn't make the playoff, that's totally fine. I still kind of firmly stand in the camp that they should have been in the playoffs, but we're not going to get back into that argument. Indiana, real deal. Got a real tough matchup next week.
Yeah. Okay. Let me end the Alabama hate watch. And I just want to be sure because, some people watch the stream or follow us and they can't pay attention. Comprehension is difficult for them. Won't name any names, but it was never about Notre Dame not getting in over Miami. It was always, and not even just for myself as a Notre Dame fan, from a lot of Notre Dame fans, we all came to finally accept, and I despise a lot of Notre Dame fans. They're insufferable, but everybody for the most part accepted. End of the day, sets a terrible precedent. Head-to-head matters. Miami beat us. Sure, it was week 1. We're a different team. We feel like a better team. Doesn't matter because Miami's also really good. Almost every Notre Dame personality said this. The beef was always Alabama getting in ahead of Notre Dame. And everybody kept saying, oh, but Alabama has the best win of just about anybody in the country. Okay, you know what nobody ever talked about? The worst loss out of any playoff team you will ever see. Ever. Has there been a playoff team that's lost to a team below 500? Has that happened? I guess maybe Notre Dame did it to Northern Illinois.
Absolutely, of course, yeah.
Of course?
A playoff team that has lost to a team under 500, that has to happen.
Okay, all right, I'm just curious. Florida State 31-17. Sure, you beat Georgia 24-21 a few weeks later. What do we know about that Georgia team? They were much better. I made a video last night and I said, listen, Alabama, who were they then? Who are they now? You got to see both sides of this. You saw both sides. And they nothing was taken away from that game against Georgia. When you saw them play a top dog, they got destroyed. And Ty Simpson, what did anybody think was that going to happen? What did anybody think was going to happen? Ty Simpson was all of a sudden going to look like an elite quarterback when he could barely move the ball against Georgia. What we just saw him playing elite defense again. This motherfucker gets a soft benching like JJ McCarthy. Sorry, JJ McCarthy. What is this bitch shit from Jeff? Hate watched Alabama by saying they beat OU. Win-win spot, not betting it now on Hate Watch yesterday and click Bama first half. I played Indiana full game too, fuckface, and the under. Thank you very much. That's called a profitable game. Just like that guy who said, surely you had a ticket on Indiana. Yes, thank you. Also, can we stop with the beating Oklahoma?
I would have killed you if you didn't bet Indiana.
Can we stop with the Alabama beat Oklahoma? Can we stop?
I mean, they did. They did. They both sucked.
They did? They're
like the same exact team.
They did?
What? Alabama beat Oklahoma.
As if that means anything.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was
if Alabama, I'll tell you right now, if Alabama had to play any other team in the first round, they're out.
Yeah, except maybe Texas Tech.
Well, they had a bye.
Yeah, I got you.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Not true. Okay, I'll tell you right now, James Madison might have beat him. No. James Madison would have beat Oklahoma. James Madison would have beat Oklahoma.
You're talking my language. Don't do it, Tulane.
A&M not great either. I don't know, man. A&M fucking banged with Miami. Bang. Listen, all I'm going to say is this about Alabama. I tried to help them. I asked the question, and everybody I answered like, yeah. If you're an Alabama fan after that Georgia game, you wanted your team to be in the playoff? You wanted.
Yeah, they did. They of course they did.
All right, well, guess what? I'm glad that, of course, they did. People spent all that money traveling to the fucking Southern California on flights, on hotels, and on game tickets because you were, I'm so happy we're in the playoff and we get to play another elite team. Gee, I wonder what'll happen. Not like we just saw 2 fucking games ago.
What if they spent all that money to go to Norman, Oklahoma?
Oh, cool. That sounds like a fucking great time. Norman, Oklahoma. You called that 10 weeks ago that they didn't have an offense.
Yeah. I'm with you. I think Alabama stinks.
There's no thinking. They scored 3 points against Indiana and they barely got a touchdown against Georgia. They're nowhere near the top fucking 8 teams in college football.
They're not.
Not at all. Fuck Alabama. And I'm sorry. Kalen DeBoer is a bitch.
He might be.
He's a fucking bitch.
He might be in a horrible fit.
Oh my God.
This might be a horrible fit, man. Let's be honest. Like, this isn't starting to give you a little bit of Brian Kelly at LSU vibes.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, here's Brian Kelly. Now he has a Southern accent. Here's Kalen DeBoer in fucking Alabama. What? What's that thing where it's like, what's this polar bear doing in Texas? You ever seen that meme?
No, but I like it.
What's Kalen DeBoer doing in fucking Alabama?
I don't know.
Makes no sense. I don't know.
Yeah, and great job. You were high on Simpson for no fucking reason. You still won your Alabama bet. You watched him and you said, I'm not impressed. I became unimpressed with Alabama when I watched him against Auburn. I took their team total and I lost it. And for 3 quarters, they couldn't do anything.
They were hideous.
They were hideous. Even the commentators were like, what happened to this passing game? I mean,
they were kind of hideous against Vanderbilt. They had a garbage touchdown to cover that spread. They were kind of hideous against Missouri. They're just not very good. They're not very good.
Yes. Very, very aware. And it's a shame we had to see them play an elite team again. And all they did was just got ragdolled and embarrassed. So listen, if you're an Alabama fan where you are, of course, I'm happy Alabama made it to the playoff. You got to be feeling like shit. I would rather, if I were an Alabama fan, I would have rather avoided that personally. If I were an Alabama fan, I'd rather fucking have beaten fucking, I don't know, Michigan in a bowl game. And maybe Ty Simpson ends on a high note.
Potential, like a little loser talkish.
Would you rather be Texas or Texas fan or Alabama fan
win a playoff game and make it to the playoffs?
I don't care about beating Oklahoma.
I'd rather be Alabama than Texas.
Cool. Okay, so you'd rather have won a playoff game. So Kalen DeBoer for you gets that playoff win on his resume, and that means he's a better coach.
I know. Didn't say he was a better coach.
So that doesn't mean anything then.
I would probably argue he's a better coach than Sarkisian, which people get mad about, but no. But yes, he gets a playoff win on his resume for sure. He's now has one. No, he already had playoff wins. He's fine. Kalen DeBoer's fine.
So that playoff win against Oklahoma, you're happy you got that on your resume.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
that's good. So that's
100%.
good.
If you think going to Norman, Oklahoma and winning a playoff game isn't resume worthy, I think you've lost the plot.
That's the team that almost lost to a dead LSU and a dead
Doesn't
Missouri.
matter, dude. You went to
Norman,
Oklahoma and you won a playoff game. That absolutely matters.
So people forget DeBoer beat Sark. I did forget that. Simpson better not declare for the draft. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
He's gonna. You see Austin Mack yesterday? First time they looked confident was when he came in the game, and he looked like a fucking unit. That guy's a unit. Holy shit.
Would you rather be a Texas fan or an Alabama fan today?
Wait, say it one more time.
Would you rather be a Texas fan or an Alabama fan today?
Alabama fan. I'd always rather be an Alabama fan. I'd never want to be a Texas fan, ever.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, I'd never want to be a Texas fan. For what? One more year of Arch Manning? What? Don't even know how good he is? Yeah, I'll pass. I cannot wait for next year. I know what these motherfuckers are going to do. It's the same thing they did this year. The hype's going to be through the roof again. Through the roof.
I disagree with
you. Fetish. That's what they were this year. How'd that turn out for them?
Well, it's different. You had that year. Now that hype is gone. Come on. Don't act like that doesn't matter. Look at Ole Miss.
Just by the way, you're talking and the chat's talking. I'm gonna let you know right now. I'll be hate watching Texas next year. Fuck Texas. I'll be hate watching LSU. Fuck Lane Kiffin.
Okay, that's fine. But I just want to be clear. Ole Miss is that team that had those expectations and that hype last year with Jackson Dart. They had none of it this year. And how is that turning out for them?
I don't think there's any comparison to be made between Ole Miss and the University of Texas.
Okay. We're just talking about hype, though. Hype and expectations.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Arch going to be the favorite. Yeah. If Sorsby goes to LSU, I will love that.
Sounds brutal.
Let's see what Alvin Dim said. Never disagree with you on Bama. I had IU minus ticket as well. Just didn't expect the hate watch that has been going on for over a month to include. Well, Alan, you don't listen then. I can pull the fuck. Does anybody listen to anything I fucking say? I told you yesterday these were going to go 3-1, and the one that would lose is Signetti. I will go back and I'll pull the clip. Pull your head out of your ass. Listen to what I have to say. You can't pick and choose when you're betting a trend. I didn't want to do it. So that's why it had to be done. You're just mad about Lane Kiffin leaving in general, right? He wanted to keep coaching. Don't start this conversation again.
We can't do it again. I've already taken my L, but just know I'm still hate watching Snacks. I am who I am.
Okay, that's fine.
Pete Golding, dude. Pete Golding.
I would much rather be a Texas fan today than an Alabama fan. And listen, I'm glad you guys are happy you got a playoff win on your resume. I'm sure that'll help if Kalen DeBoer gets fired next year. What does that playoff win on his resume do? Anything?
What?
If Kalen DeBoer gets fired next season, what does that playoff win in Norman, Oklahoma do on his resume? Anything?
Always be on his resume. And guess what happens if Kalen DeBoer gets fired? There will be a bajillion other schools that can't wait to give him $100 million. He'll be fine.
Okay. So got it. What did Budman say? I stopped listening when you start yelling. Reminds me too much of when I was 8 years old. My dad left to go get groceries and never come back. Very funny. I don't know why people have such a problem with the yelling. Okay. If you don't want to listen to the fucking yelling, go listen to some boring motherfucking talking head talk about sports. There's plenty of them. Kalen DeBoer made the national championship in Washington. What the fuck are we saying? Well, we're saying he's not a good fit.
That's all we're saying, though.
Yeah,
I feel like you're trying to be a Kalen DeBoer hater, and I'm not getting behind
it. No, I'm a hater in Alabama. Okay,
fine. Kalen DeBoer in Alabama might be a bad fit. That's the most I'll say about Kalen
DeBoer. Yeah. No, he'd be much better somewhere else. Again, some guys are just right in their certain schools, just like, fucking James Franklin are going to be perfect at Virginia Tech. Anyways, last game of the night, Ole Miss in Georgia, unbelievable result. I really love this Ole Miss to cover wager. I did not have the balls to press the ML. I certainly did not. I thought Georgia would win this game. I'm a Kirby smart guy, and I love the response he had to Alabama. I really thought that dog defense was going to contain Ole Miss and Chambliss the second time around. More of what we saw in that fourth quarter when they played the first time. It was the total opposite. Ole Miss wakes up in the fourth quarter. Unbelievable. Again, I went to bed, but I went back and watched this game. I'm so glad I did. Chambliss is unbelievable. 13 straight completions in the second half. And you know what? Let me give some credit, by the way. Game goes over. I like the under in this game. Shit wager. It was always Ole Miss. Chambliss ends the game 30-46, 362 yards, 2 touchdowns. Lacey, 22 carries, 98 yards. I love this guy. I fucking love this guy. But I gotta tip my cap to Gunnar Stockton. He's not the most talented quarterback, in my opinion. 18-31, 203, 1 touchdown, 13 carries, 20 yards. He's just a tough dude. He's really, really, really tough. He's a gamer, and I like it. You can tell when he plays quarterback, he will put his fucking. He's not me at a beer chugging contest. He's you.
Yeah.
You are Gunnar Stockton at beer chugging. Like, you're not very good at it, but push comes to shove, you're going to put your body on the line. That's a great comparison, by the way.
Yeah. Do you know where Trinidad Chambliss played last year?
Yeah, Ferris State.
Yep, good job.
Yeah.
No Gunnar Stockton hate, but I feel really, really happy with the result of this game because I'll be honest, watching the beginning of the game, I immediately said to myself, yep, Ole Miss belongs out here with Georgia, man. Like, they belong out here with Georgia. They had 2 drives ended field goals and not touchdowns, and I was like, oh, that kind of hurts. Like, needed one of those drives to be a touchdown. And then, Georgia goes up 7-6. I'm like, fuck, they turned that drive into a touchdown and kind of easily. And I'm like, this just sucks because it really genuinely feels to me like Ole Miss is the better team. But I'm going to be such a loser if I go on Twitter and say that right now when Georgia's up 21-12 because Kewan Lacey has that fumble that they returned for a touchdown. When that happened, I'll be honest, I kind of lost hope. I was like, oh, God, you can't lose. You can't beat Georgia and lose the turnover battle. Obviously, Ole Miss got one back on a Gunnar Stockton fumble. But man, I feel so validated because the second that game started, I said, like, dude, Ole Miss might be better than Georgia. They're definitely better offensively. I understand you can make your arguments for the defenses because Ole Miss defense is just not that good, man. They did their best yesterday, but they have some holes. But man, Trinidad Chambliss is a fucking hooper. He's so fun to watch. You love Kewan Lacey. I totally get that. Trinidad Chambliss is amazing to watch. He's the most exciting quarterback left in this playoff to watch. I just fucking love watching the kid play. I'm so happy Ole Miss won. I'm so happy this is what Lane Kiffin gets to watch. I saw him on fucking Twitter trying to be cute, tweet about it. People were shitting on him. He deserves it. Don't care. Really fucking awesome. Ole Miss, Miami will be awesome. I'm elated with the result of this game.
Yeah, I'm very bummed if that Lacey fumble never happens. Ole Miss covers the first half, but we're not going to play that game. I'm glad he redeemed himself. I'm glad they won this game. As I was rewatching this on YouTube, I kept seeing some of the comments get highlighted, and people kept saying that the refs were doing everything they could to get Georgia this win. Did you feel that way?
No,
I didn't really feel that way either. And I wondered where that was coming from. And I'm like, why?
I hate doing that. The only way you get me to bitch about the refs is if I really genuinely believe some shady shit's going on. I don't really like doing that, but can we glaze the Ole Miss kicker, dude?
Oh, the missed face mask was bad, Pranav. You're right. Yeah. That was very bad.
Yeah. That is.
Oh, can we glaze Ole Miss kicker, brother? Listen, that guy, I hope he never pays for a fucking drink or meal in his life in Oxford, Mississippi. Oh my.
Balls of steel. A 56-yarder is crazy for a college kid. And then a damn near 50-yarder to win it. No fucking nerves at all down the fucking pipe.
Yep.
Oh my God, that kid's a fucking legend. That kid is a legend, dude.
Well, that's what I was going to say. He is making my argument for drafting Brandon Aubrey in the 3rd round. Great. Do they win that game without that kicker? The answer is no.
I don't think so, but drafting Brandon Aubrey in the 3rd round is really stupid. But
they don't win that game without the fucking kicker. Are you out of your mind?
I just said I don't think so.
Say no. You think Ole Miss could win that game without that kicker?
I just said I don't think so.
Say no.
You can't tell me what to say.
Yes or no question. Why can't you answer yes or no questions? You can't. You have a problem.
Stupid hypotheticals.
Yeah.
If they had Ohio State's kicker, no, they would have lost the game.
There you go. Yes, there you go. Thank you very much. If Ohio State, that's why kickers are important. That's why I would take Brandon Aubrey in the 3rd round of an expansion draft. Not going to lie, Ole Miss or Indiana would feed families. Listen, this is what I'm talking about. You know how fucking excited I am for Ole Miss Miami? This is what it's about. 2 fucking teams that never see each other, never play each other. This is the playoffs. It's not Alabama, Oklahoma rematch. It's not Tulane, Ole Miss. It's not all these goddamn rematches. This is glorious. This, in my opinion, is like the best matchup anyone could ask for in college football. That's truly what I believe. Ole Miss, Miami Incredible. Two teams who are not here often either. A little fucking parity and some fresh blood. I love fresh blood. I know there's people out there that just love seeing the Dodgers in the World Series, love seeing the fucking Lakers in the championship. There's people out there that do. Absolutely. There's people that love fucking what happened when you criticize Patrick Mahomes? You don't appreciate greatness. You love seeing Scotty Scheffler in the final round. Fuck that. Give me some Ben Griffin. Give me some fucking dogs in there. I want to change it up. I want to change it up, and we're changing it up. I have never been more excited for a college football playoff game ever, not including Notre Dame, than Miami Ole Miss. I'm already labeling it the game of the year.
A couple people saying Miami by murder.
Whoa!
Bro, I just woof.
Don't
do it. I love Miami. I have a Miami championship ticket and an Ole Miss championship ticket. That's pretty fucking awesome. Miami.
No, it kind of sucks.
Miami by murder. I don't know about all that. I think you should watch last night's game again because this dude Trinidad Chambers. If he puts up 20, do they win? Like, how much do we think Carson Beck's putting up? What's the over under in this game?
What's the spread? I'll tell you what my POD is. Tell me what's the spread.
Miami -3.
Okay.
I went on Pickett first thing this morning to check the splits because I was like, you know what? I want to see what the early money's on, and I sent it to you. The first $10,000 in wagers on Pickett is literally almost all Miami.
All right. The CFB
over under is 51.5.
Semifinal POD is.
Did you send Matt the link?
Yeah. Ole Miss +3.
Oh, love it. Okay, cool. I thought you were going to try to get
out of your fucking mind if you are going to disrespect Ole Miss. Out of your mind. Out of your mind. Out of your mind. A little different against that D line with a mobile QB. Ole Miss Temple will hurt Miami. Yep, Carson Beck is good as fuck, bro. I'm not a Carson Beck hater. Not at all. Not at all.
Yeah, I think this is I think Miami's defense is amazing. Tristan Toledo, but I think you're gonna get a little different when you see fucking Chambliss scrambling around back there.
Yeah. This is hilarious. What do you think?
You're grumpy.
I'm not grumpy. I gotta repeat myself.
Hear you.
When you fucking do this for so many years and you say things and people don't listen to you, why does anybody need to ask that question? It says the CFB semifinal POD.
Miami.
D-Wade, all good, by the way. I'm just busting
high, dude. This total's high.
Yeah, it reminds me of like Utah, Nebraska, where it's like there's no way this total should be 51.5. This game's going over. And Ole Miss is scoring
53.5. Right? Wasn't that the total? Or was it 56.5?
No, it's 56.5.
56.5. Okay, cool.
D-Wade, you're good. I'm just busting your balls. Ole Miss +5.5 after the line moves. Yeah, I've always been told bet the dogs late and the favorites early. So I'm hey, give me the hook. Give me the hook.
All right, we need to get these NFL guys in here, right?
Yeah, it's time to talk NFL Week 8. Did I send Matt the link?
Wait a second, dude.
I did.
Last night was 53.5.
In the Ole Miss game?
Yeah.
That's not what it was earlier in the week then. It must have gotten bet down. It was definitely 56.5.
Oh, well. It closed 53.5 and the Ole Miss Miami game opened 51.5. Miami, I don't know, dude. That feels high. That total being the 50s feels high.
I agree with you. Give me 73 points. Yeah, there was 30 in the fourth quarter.
Game had 73 points, exactly.
Yeah.
Miami's games have had 38 points and 13 points.
I got to take a piss. I don't know where Greg is.
Okay, did you send Matt the link?
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Is Matt in here? Oh, I told Matt to come in at 11. Let's take a quick piss. I don't know where Greg is. I do, Matt. I don't know if you're watching. I'll just tell him we're ready for it now. Great, gonna piss, and we're ready for you now. All right, good stuff, guys. Good time to do a little Corpus Christi here. If you're watching in YouTube, please subscribe to the page, like the stream. If you are watching in Twitter, we're going to shut it down on Twitter. You're going to have to come over to Twitch. You're going to have to come over to YouTube. 2026 is the year of monetizing. Sorry about that. But also not that sorry, because you can come over and do that. There's no problem. Watch an ad. We'll make a nickel. All right. We are on Twitch. We are on YouTube exclusively. Thank you very much. Seahawks and a murder. Ooh, Jesus. I don't like that.
I know that's right.
I don't like that. I
Yep,
don't.
I know that's right. I know that's right. I'll be
I don't.
posting it on my Instagram, just like the Indiana Ole Miss takes, dude. Mark my words.
I don't even know if Curdy Flirty
The Hawks.
really.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Not grumpy. Not grumpy. I did just time out Curdy Flirty. I don't know if he said anything to be timed out, but it just kind of felt right to start off the day.
Let's get the piss in.
I do have to piss.
Yeah.
All right. Niners mucking. I think there's a lot of people on the Seahawks, but I don't care. I know.
My flag has been planted. There's nothing I can do.
All right. I hope this is not Texas Tech. That's what I hope. I hope it's Indiana.
Interesting. Hey, I can't wait to talk about it. Go pee.
All right. Should I time out Jay Thorpe too? He says he stands with Curdy.
Stop timing people out. Go piss. Jesus Christ, you're out of control.
You know they kind of want to be timed out.
You're out of fucking control.
You know they want to be timed out.
Go piss.
Hold on. Are you peeing too?
Yeah, let's go.
Oh, okay. Oh, you want to go at the same time? All right, we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Sure do.
Where is it? Taking a piss.
Snowflakes in the chat.
Yep. I can't find the music. All right, here we go. Be right back. Steak's taking a long piss. Long pee. Great song. All right, let's get to it. Wow, you're all up in the camera. Oh, you got a snack too?
Had to happen.
Jesus, little snackarooski, huh? You banned Curdy yesterday for saying "I love you," chat. Jeff runs a dictatorship. No, I did not do that. I love you, chat. I banned him because he said "I love you," chat. How many times do I need to just literally have somebody? I gotta pay someone to just fucking pull tape. That's what I have to do. I gotta pay someone to just pull tape.
That probably happened. You are.
DJen has to be on the Ravens this week. Yeah, I am. I'm not falling for this fucking, this is the kind of game Tomlin wins. Not falling for that.
Nobody's saying that.
Yes, they literally are saying
yourself that they are. That'll end well.
No, I heard it. Because I hear it, because I listen to things, and I've heard it multiple times. That's why, I'll pull that tape too. It's all I got to do. It's just like being in a fucking courtroom nonstop. That's what
pull the tape. Make my day. All
right. Well, it's 10:57. Our guests of honor are not here. I guess we did tell them 11. So, listen.
Me and you got to keep bickering until they get here.
Yeah. What's a good Well, let me ask you this. We just talked about Ole Miss. What's your early lean on the other game? It's is it Indiana -4?
I think it's a really exciting game.
I don't know what to do. In
that says hang, man. Today's bowl games.
Oh, today's bowl games. There are bowl games today, huh? Rice and Texas State. Texas State 17.5, not doing anything there. Cincinnati +7 against a Navy. No Sorsby. I don't hate Cincinnati catching.
Apparently, Cincinnati's rolling with 2 quarterbacks, and they got no one. They're bare bones. And I see a lot of people on Navy, but I don't bet that way. That's the problem. But then again, I don't want to fade the fucking military academy either.
I know.
But like the way I bet, dude, I would bet Cincinnati.
I kind of would too.
Yeah.
I kind of would too. Who is Cincinnati's coach again?
Oh, there's Greg.
Yeah. Who's Cincinnati's coach?
I forget his name. Get a quick answer.
Wake Forest and Mississippi State. I mean, do we just blindly fade the SEC?
That's what I think people are going to be doing in this game. I'm not fading Jeff Lebby because I think this game actually matters to him.
Okay, all right. Low total there, 51.5. Scott Satterfield. Oh yeah, yep. Rice, Texas State over. Javon says okay. And then the last game, Arizona and SMU.
This one's actually interesting.
Yeah, it is actually interesting. What do you like there?
Is Jennings starting for SMU, chat?
Yeah.
He is?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question.
So we got both starting QBs in this game. The under with 2 starting QBs had 2 losses in a row, but I might still want to go back to it, dude. Maybe I want to go take the under here. Arizona, SMU under, Cincinnati +7.5, Mississippi State, Texas. I don't know.
Yep, well said. As the local Rice aficionado, I think it's pretty crazy that an option-style team is catching 3 scores with a total that high. Texas Tech didn't suck this year. I don't know if that's biased, but how is Rice 17.5 not a free unit? Interesting. Jeff Sunday is super square. DGen was hip. What are you talking about? Oh, because I'm betting the Ravens. Yeah, square plays it all the fucking time. All the time. Yep. Rice also without their QB. Gotcha. Okay. All right. So what would your favorite bet be?
Nasty over then that Javon likes. Triple option team versus a Rice team without their quarterbacks. Disgusting. Yeah. What is that total?
The total is like 55.
Hey, Greg.
What's up, boys?
It's good to see you. You sound great.
Do I? Nice.
Yeah. Yep, you sound excellent. Your microphone is working. We love to hear that. Nice beanie. How cold is it up there?
It's bad, dude. It's gonna be a bad winter.
Yeah, that sucks. I got to be back in like a week. Not gonna be fun. Navy Cincy. We're just finishing up college football. We were waiting for you to get here. Mid majors on his way, and then we'll be talking NFL last week of the NFL season. Navy Cincy. I'd probably go Cincy or nothing there. 55-ish total. Wake Forest, Mississippi State. That total looks low to me. I'd probably lean under there. Mississippi State -3.5. Arizona, SMU. I got absolutely no read on that one. Steak, what's your best bet in college football today?
It might end up being Cincinnati.
Really?
It might. Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
All right. Greg, did you nice job, by the way. I retweeted. I gave you some flowers. Look at you.
A little bit of punt.
Yeah, a little punt.
It's a fun bet, dude. It's a fun bet.
Yeah, a very fun bet. Great job. Thanks for not telling anybody about it.
I tweeted it.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's Twitter. You did put it on Twitter.
What am I supposed to do? Call you every time I put in a bet?
Send a fucking text. We're in a fucking text group chat. You'd be like, hey guys.
But then I text you'd say just tweet it.
Nah, well, I'd say do both. Why can't you do both? I'm just saying. It's a fun idea. It's a very fun idea. I've never seen you do that before. Nice job.
I did, in your defense, I did take it in the Miami game and I didn't tweet it and it hit, but I tweeted the other 3.
Did you go 3 for 3 or
3 for 4?
Right. Sorry.
Oregon got a field goal. The Oregon game sucked because Oregon got a field goal on their first drive, and then it was nothing but punts the whole.
Yeah, that one feels like it should hit too.
Damn, that does suck. Streams are Greg. Yeah, we love having Greg on. Happy you can join us. Fading Navy terrorist. Yep. It's so cold in NY the past couple days. That sounds brutal.
Dude, it's cold. I can't even imagine what you'd be saying about the wind chill.
Oh, now you believe in it?
No, I don't believe in it. I know you'd be complaining about it.
I mean, you don't believe in wind chill?
Oh God!
I believe in wind chill. If someone asks you the temperature, you say the temperature, not the wind chill. That's my statement.
God, it's good. So DJ's one of those. It feels like guys.
Yes, it feels like.
Yeah, he would be that kind of guy.
Yeah, because I would care about you, because sometimes if the temperature is 40 degrees, but the wind chill makes it feel like 27, I'd like to know it feels like 27, not it's 40. Because if you go out there in 40, it's not miserable. I got news for you. You could walk around in a sweater with a shirt under it and pants. If it's 27, I need layers.
I can't do this right now.
Yeah, I don't want to do it either. I don't want to fucking do it either. Yeah, Kevin is this guy. Look at this. Look at this. Bang, bang, bang. Kevin is fucking Buffalo. I know he's a Buffalo guy or upstate New York. He's freezing his dick off, and he's like, "Yeah, DJ's right. Holy shit, that's right." Feels like isn't real. Give me a break. One time I went to a Bucks game with steak. By the way, we went to a Seahawks Buck game. It was one of the coldest days in Tampa that I think I've ever experienced. It might have been below 40. This guy wore shorts and he had goosebumps on his legs. I thought you'd think he got bitten by fucking mosquitoes. They were the biggest goosebumps I've ever seen in my life. You know, he was just freezing his dick off. And we were sitting upper bowl too. And that wind was windy.
Dude, north of New York City, I'd call it, is just and the Midwest is just a different breed of cold tolerance.
Sure.
Like we were in Rhode Island and it was legit feels like 10 degrees for the whole time. And one day it was maybe 30. And there was a guy walking his dog with a beanie, shorts, and a t-shirt on.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, it's still 30 degrees out. Like it is not warm, but they're just psychos.
Okay. Mid-major Matt has made it at Fake Star. There he is. Good to see you, Matt. It's been a long time.
I even brought my most liberal coffee mug for you. It's from the New Yorker.
It's from the New Yorker.
Were you inspired by Mom Donnie's speech yesterday?
We're not getting into that, but it's a New Yorker coffee mug.
I can't wait to try the buses out when I get back. All right. A lot of political stream. Matt, thanks for joining last week of the NFL season. I don't know that it's been anything too note or memorable for us, but we've had some up and downs on the way.
Really hot, cold.
Really hot and cold this season. But nevertheless, week 18, last time to talk about it before we get into the playoffs. Looking forward to that. So there's going to be a lot of games we don't really give too much of a shit about, but the ones that do matter, I'd like to lean in on it and also get your opinion, Matt, on if you think these teams can make some noise in the playoffs as well. All right, it's 11:04 a.m.
I'd like to pick you guys' brains on a little bit of futures too.
That's kind of what I'm getting at. Like,
okay,
who can win the conference, who can win the Super Bowl, etc. Let's start with my team, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Start at the bottom, right?
Sure, Greg, sure.
We're in the same situation this week.
I bet we are. A lot of bets and money here on Carolina spread. Money line's pretty down the middle. The Bucks are laying 2.5, 3, depending on where you look. You're not going to catch me betting $1 on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in this game. And truthfully, I don't even know if I care for them to win. And you'd be like, oh, you're a terrible fan. Am I though? Am I? That's just the kind of guy I am in this day and age. I like what's going to happen in the playoffs. Like if we have to go against Ben Johnson or we have to go against the Rams, they're just going to absolutely fucking destroy Todd Bowles' defense. But you know what? Fuck the Panthers. That's where I'm at. Fuck the Panthers. I would say on lists of teams I hate in this division in terms of rivalries, Panthers are at the bottom. It's certainly Falcons number one, and it's also the Saints because the Saints have been good with Drew Brees. Panthers are always just kind of meh. But fuck the Panthers. So yeah, not going to go to the game. Not going to put $1 on it. Bucky Irving to score a touchdown is my best bet. Let's just go around the horn. Steak, where you at with this game?
Well, just want to mention to Greg, you're not in the same position as him because you win and you're in. And if he wins, he has to wait to see the Atlanta Falcons, who I believe are up to minus 170 on the money line, lose to the New Orleans Saints. And that's what I think is going to happen. I think the Bucks are going to win Saturday. I think they're going to cover. And then I think the Falcons will beat the Saints. And it will be double painful because we'll have to watch the Panthers get in and get a home playoff game off a loss. And DJ will have to watch the Falcons fuck him one more time.
That's poetry.
Yeah.
Sounds great. Also, Chris Olave is out for that game. We'll talk about it a little bit later. Greg, what are you betting in this game? Anything?
I already punched in the Panthers. I got a little nervous that it might move off the 3. I went the 3. I mean, the Bucks are in a free fall. Like the only thing I would compare to this is the Eagles 2 years ago where they just completely imploded. I think Bowles lost the team. Maybe they can pull out the win, but I love that 3. I'm not going to take the money line, even though I don't hate it if you do. But I just think there's a lot of problems internally with this Tampa team. And I mean, due to loss to Quinn Ewers, come on.
Yeah, I know. You're not telling me anything I don't already know.
Yeah. So, I mean, I know the Panthers are public, but I do think, and this is like not necessarily the bridge coach, but I think the Panthers are the bridge division championship in this spot where you've had the Bucks who they've won it 4 in a row, 5 in a row.
No, that sounds like one too many. I think 3 in a row.
They've won
Maybe
it.
4.
They won it with Brady back-to-back years, and then I think they've won it with Baker twice.
So maybe it's 4.
So it's 4, yeah, where I think the Panthers come in, get this year, and then you get the Saints and Falcons in there next year. Probably not the Falcons. The Falcons is tricky at the end every year, but the Bucks got some serious problems that they gotta get rid of Bowles, obviously.
Yeah. Matt, you got anything to tell me that might make me a little, I don't know, have some false hope of the Bucks finding any sort of confidence or resurgence, winning this game, making the playoffs, and making a little noise, or no?
Well, I think your team fucking sucks, but I agree with Steak that I think that's what's going to happen. The only thing I'm betting in this game, because I do not want to be invested at all, is Tet over 80 yards, because that's what he needs to break the Panthers' rookie record. So just for some fun, that's the only thing I want to bet to make me actually somewhat want to watch this game.
Good point. Also, on that note, they probably, I don't really know how much teams care about this, but they probably, isn't he up there for Offensive Rookie of the Year?
He's the favorite.
Yeah. So him and Shook, he's a slight favorite. I haven't looked, but the last time I did, I want to say he was like -120, -130. So I wonder what it would take for him to secure that. Again, Olave's out for the Saints. Who knows if they're even trying to win? And
they're trying to win, buddy.
Tet, I hope they are. Tet with like a nice 100-yard game and a touchdown probably does it. So that would be cool.
Yeah, that was my thought process. If he breaks the record, I think you have to give him the offensive player or the rookie offensive of the year.
Yeah.
Because it is a good argument against Shuck. He's played like fucking 8 games or whatever. He's looked phenomenal.
True.
Half the season.
Kind of with you on that. The Dave Canales, if everybody is familiar with this, he's the former offensive coordinator for the Bucks. He's going to go into this game like I think pulling out everything he's got in his bag. The Panthers are very Jekyll and Hyde. Bryce Young, one day he'll throw for 50 yards, the other day he'll be dropping dimes over fucking the Los Angeles Rams on 4th down. So I expect I saw somebody talking about the total. I think Javon said the over is a max. I don't know if he's talking about the game or Tet. I think we see points in this game. And we saw a lower scoring game in Carolina earlier. I always think these teams flip-flop in terms of what type of game you get. And for what it's worth, if you go back on my Twitter, I'm pretty sure. Do you guys remember when I nailed the Baker Mayfield 5-touchdown game? Does anybody remember that?
Yeah.
If you go back even further, I nailed it being Mike Evans Day. Both of those games are at home playing the Carolina Panthers late in the season. The Bucs offense historically does show up and show out at home against the Panthers late in the season. I do think we see some offense. And Baker Mayfield, who looks like a sad puppy and just a deflated version of himself in a post-game interview. Sorry, it wasn't post-game interview. It was earlier this week. He said, I'm going to have the guys ready. I'm the leader. I'm the quarterback. I'm going to have the guys ready. You got to put, I don't know what he's capable of physically, but I think they're going to bring their best effort. Love Bucky ever to score like points. And I don't hate that Tet look at all, Matt. All right, let's go to the next.
I have one more thing, and I think this is relevant because if now's the time to kind of take a step back and look at how you did on the year. Honestly, I think I'm probably up $1,000 on FanDuel and down $999 on DraftKings. But the reason for that is Pickett, shout out Pickett. I think I get duped on a lot of lines. And if DraftKings has a better line than FanDuel, I'm not even exaggerating, 9 out of 10 times it loses. If FanDuel has a better line than DraftKings, it's truly a sharp line. So that's something I'm monitoring more. DraftKings notoriously, I've heard, is like the most public book.
Maybe not. But what's your point in terms of this game? Who's got
in terms of this game? They're the same line, which I like. Right, if something's shaded more towards DraftKings, it's making me feel like it's a trap.
Okay. All right. Mike Evans bobblehead day 2. Yep. Dejan self-glaze, cash it early. Thank you. All right. The Seattle Seahawks next. This is Stakes POD. He's standing on business. It's been his POD early in the week. He's not wavering. Seahawks flip dog to fave, I believe, in this game.
Yeah, they did.
-1 at Hard Rock. I am in Florida. That's why it's showing that. I don't know what they are on other books.
But I think some of that is Trent Williams and Kittle.
We know pros love betting on injuries. Cornfields, if he sees a guy's going to be injured, he's going to bet the opposite way or bet a backup, a third player. That's what pros do, and that's fine. That's fine. Not necessarily my thing, but that's fine. So that makes a lot of sense. That's why money's hitting the Seahawks, because there's injury news. I don't know that that's enough for me to be overly confident fading Kyle Shanahan and Brock Purdy the way this team is rolling. But I do think there's an element of contrarianism there. But I like the Seahawks team. I like their defense. I like their coach. Sam Darnold is what scares me. Sam Darnold late just as a guy who does not play well in meaningful games. But maybe he won't need to do much. Maybe this defense could win the game. Let's switch it up. Let's end with Steak. Matt, what do you think about Niners, Seahawks? And then the total in this game looks to be around 47.5.
I think this is, if you think Sam Darnold scares you, which rightfully so, Kyle Shanahan should also scare you in a big game, betting on him. Because his entire career, he has never won a big game. So I just think you have to kind of weigh both sides. Sure. I'm with Steak again. Is that Sunday night game was an offensive masterclass? It was bad football. There was no defense played at all. And if you talk about the game last year when Darnold blew up against the Rams and the Lions, he played against phenomenal defensive schemes and game plans. He's going to have the entire field open to him. I like the Seahawks. I think it's a pretty easy game for them. I do not like the Niners defense whatsoever. I don't think it stop what Mike McDonald's going to throw at them.
Real quick, Special K with a very good comment. I have heard it being talked about. Nowhere near enough. You're absolutely right. Great comment. I don't think this is touched on enough. Mike McDonald's 14-2 on the road in his first 2 seasons. Absolutely incredible. It is, because the first way that this started to get talked about was not even so much their success on the road. The way I heard it brought up was what's happened to the 12th man in Seattle, because I think they're like they were 7-6 at home or something. It was like, damn,
yeah,
how are they losing games at home and winning more on the road? But very, very good point, Greg. Nice chug of that smoothie. Looks delicious. Where's your head on this game?
So I have a Shanahan Coach of the Year ticket at 20-1. I think if he wins this game, he gets it. Makes me want to hedge with the Seahawks.
Oh, I don't blame you at all.
And I also think I'm going to go back to the under. I completely understand you guys not doing it, especially after last week, but I'm going to go back to the under on this one. I just think it's too big of a game. I think Shanahan knows their problems on defense. They run the ball a lot. This is one of those divisional matchups I like the under.
All right, Steak. You've talked about it a few times this week. Go ahead.
A lot of good stuff was just said that I think I got to touch on a little bit of all. Personally, the only pushback I'll give anyone is Kyle Shanahan wins games like this. He loses Super Bowls, but he wins NFC championships. He wins games like this. Like, I wouldn't say the narrative would be that Shanahan will blow this game, as much as I do think the narrative is that Sam Darnold will blow this game. I think Greg was spot on with the fact that the line move from dog to fave could be because still, as we get closer to this game, Kittle and Trent Williams are questionable, and Shanahan saying we'll be cautious with who plays in Week 18, which is like, what? You're not resting, guys. You're playing for the 1 seed. What the fuck do you mean we'll be cautious? Like, will they play or will they not? A touch like gamesmanship, but the person who stole my thunder the most was Kev. It's not coincidence that they're 7-1 on the road this year when they were 7-1 on the road last year. It's actually pretty fucking amazing. Mm-hmm. So you have a team who is playing their best offensive football everyone's really excited about, and a team who's also playing amazing defensive football, but the conversation over on that side is that Sam Darnold sucks and can't win a big game. The conversation over on the Niners side, all positive. So I'm gonna go ahead and dip into that narrative. It's not that I think I need Sam Darnold to play like a star, even though he is capable. He was capable in the second half of the Rams game. He was capable against the Bucks. He's capable, but it's not what I think is going to happen. I think this game is going to be more of a defensive battle than people realize. And in that situation, I will take the Seahawks 10 times out of 10 because their defense is nasty, and it's especially nasty on the road. And San Francisco's defense is ass and very banged up. So, yeah, I really love the Seahawks. They're still my favorite play of the week.
Good points all around, like Steak said. I think the one thing I want to add to it a little bit more is the Niners have been rolling. They've won 6 games in a row, and we are quick to dilute Vrabel's argument for Coach of the Year or Drake May MVP because they've only beat one team over 500. They've played one of the softest schedules in NFL history, which they got because they were 3-14 last year. Is anybody acknowledging the list of opponents that the Niners have played in these last 6
It's night and day. They just beat the Bears.
Hold on.
It's also no. They also came into the season with one of the easiest fucking schedules.
Came
Yeah.
into the season, but their
Hold on.
actual schedule
Hold on.
was way better than when the
Can you
Patriots
relax?
played.
Can you relax on you? They just beat the Bears. They just beat the Bears. It came down to the last fucking play. Their
Okay,
defense
my
allowed
point is the
38
Patriots
points.
beat one team over 500 all year. It's
I
not
know.
even close to the same thing.
I understand
The
that.
Niners are in the best division. They just beat another division champ. Like,
Can you let me finish? Can you let me finish? We're glazing the Niners and we're glazing all these things San Francisco related, but we're not talking about their opponents that they're beating up. The Arizona Cardinals, Carolina Panthers, 20 points at home. The Cleveland
that's a
Browns.
division winner.
Can you let me fucking finish for the love of God? Jesus Christ. Cardinals, 41-22. Dead team. Panthers 20-9 at home. Browns, sure, they beat the Browns on the road. 250 yards of offense. Brock Purdy, 160 yards passing. You get the Titans. You played the Colts, who are dead and done for. And then you were life and death with the Chicago Bears. Yes, good win. But as Matt said, dickhead Greg, if you let me fucking bring this full circle, Matt has a point. That defense is a problem. They are a problem. But it's not necessarily, they're kind of doing whatever they can because they're banged up across the board. They got no Bosa, they got no Warner, they're missing a couple other guys. The rookie is out, Michael Williams. And I don't know how much more they can get away with, but they haven't necessarily played the best offenses in football. And when they did, the Bears almost beat them. They almost beat them. Last play of the game. So all you really need in this, you would think, is Sam Darnold just has to play a decent game of football.
Can I say one thing to back you up?
Yeah.
If you took out the Bears game, the Niners' last 4 games against teams that would be in the playoffs if it started today, 0-4. Rams lost by 16, lost to the Texans by double digits, lost to the Bucks by double digits. Gross. And lost to the Jags. Those are their last 4 games.
Well, the Panthers very likely could be a playoff team right now. If the playoffs started, they would be in the playoffs.
Yeah,
Panthers could be glazing the fucking paint. You're so quick to glaze.
I'm just saying, if you look at their last 4, what you're complaining about this win streak with 6 wins. If you look at that, that's 2 wins against teams over 500. That's more than the Patriots had all season.
And they're dominating them. That's worth mentioning. They're all double-digit wins.
I'm not complaining. I just told you I don't want to fade the San Francisco 49ers. I'm not comfortable. I'm bringing up talking points to play both sides here. And again, people are very quick to talk about who the Drake May and Vrabel are actually beating, but yet we're just glazing what Kyle Shanahan's doing with this team right now. Well, he's not doing it necessarily against the stiffest competition to end the year. He still gets credit. They absolutely get credit. I'm not taking that away from him. I'm just saying. Steak said it. Last time you played the playoff teams, 0-4. Panthers aren't good. Correct. Well, Greg will tell you they're a fucking playoff game.
They're over 5. They could be over 500.
That's great. Congratulations on being over 500. You're such a Steelers fan. That's how you guys go to sleep at night. And
I'm just saying, when you look at the Patriots schedule, they beat one team over 500.
That's not their fault.
Next game.
Well, I mean, it is their fault. They could have. Also, didn't the Patriots beat the Ravens or did they lose to the Ravens?
The Ravens aren't over 500.
But they will be if they beat the Steelers.
Correct. They beat them without Lamar Jackson.
Got it. So after this Ravens beat the Steelers, we can stop with that argument.
Without Lamar Jackson.
Got it. Okay.
Which team just beat the Packers, by the way?
Yeah. A lot of context for you to defend your argument. A lot of context. Panthers might be a playoff team. All right, that's Saturday. Let's go into Sunday. I don't want to talk about a shit game right off the bat. Let's have a slow transition to that. Let's talk about the Saints and the Falcons because this game matters. It actually matters. It doesn't matter in the sense that either team is going to do anything because they're both eliminated from the playoffs. But the Falcons win this game, the Panthers are going to the playoffs, regardless of what happens in the Bucs-Panthers situation. These are the splits. Can't really tell. The color discrepancy is not great. But the Falcons are 3-point favorites at home. I said it. I'll say it one more time. Noah Olave in this game, I believe. He was minus 200 to score a touchdown. That's crazy. But you got to like what you've seen from Shook, although at the same time, he hasn't had the biggest sample size. Saints come back and they beat the Titans on the road. Falcons look good with Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins saved Raheem Morris's job. I don't know what to think about this game. I'm very hopeful the Saints can win, obviously, for my Bucs fandom. But if I was to take all that out of the equation and what would I put my money on as a sports bettor, I'd be on the under in this game. I like the under. The total is 44.5, 45. I just kind of think you've gotten to the end of the road. You've had your spark from both sides. This is a game that just screams 17-13. This is just like jab, jab, jab. You're kind of all out of haymakers. That's what I think. I think you're all out of haymakers. You already can kind of smell Cancun, wherever you want to go on your vacation. This feels like an under game to me, and I might get there. Matt, let's start with you one more time. What do you think about this game?
I don't want to bet on Raheem Morris after winning in a huge primetime game on the short week.
Well said.
Simple as that.
Well said. Simple as that. Greg?
I guess for me, this depends on what happens Saturday. If the Bucks do win, I think the Falcons can really get that extra bit of motivation, and I might look at them. If they don't, this game truly means absolutely nothing. So,
yeah, Raheem Morris would love to stick it to Tampa. He's already
exactly. So if the Bucks win, I will likely play the Falcons. If the Bucks don't win, it's a no play.
I think that's a fair take. Go ahead, Steak. You got to look in your eye.
I think we've said all we could say except one thing, and Matt touched on it. But if Tet gets that 80 yards, breaks the rookie receiving record, then I think it's safe to say that Tyler Shook has to win this game probably to get offensive rookie of the year and have a pretty decent game. So then if the Bucks win, you're looking at Atlanta with a chance to fuck over two of their divisional opponents. They could take offensive rookie of the year away from Tyler Shook, and they could take the playoffs away from Tampa, who they hate. So really, it's what Greg said. You do have to wait for the result of Carolina Bucks before you make a formal decision on this game. But if it's the Falcons with both those opportunities to fuck over the Saints and the Bucks, I'll probably be in on that, to be honest.
Okay.
DJ, for a second.
Yep, go ahead.
Steak, do you think that's factored into the line already? Because everyone knows that, don't you think?
Yes.
So do you don't think it moves after, let's say, a Panthers victory?
It's a good question. I'll say no.
Okay. I was just wondering.
Yeah, it's a good question.
I don't agree with this. Cam. He's 40 years old. You're still a rookie in the NFL.
It's the fact that he's 40 and then played half the season.
He's not 40. He's like 24.
Whatever, but he also played half the season.
Yeah, but these awards don't this type of award isn't. I don't know. I always look back when Alex Smith won Comeback Player of the Year for playing 6 games and robbed it of Big Ben. So I'm a little bit.
Mar Hamlin won that award. That award's done. It's a joke.
Yeah.
I don't think. Yeah, exactly. I got no problem with Tyler Shook winning the award at 26 years old. He's a fucking rookie quarterback that got thrown into the Saints team and went over their win total. Good for him. Let him win it.
And none of these guys are commandingly running away with this award. Tet has been mediocre in a lot of games. Igbuka fell off. Travion Henderson didn't start hot and then got injured. That's the other thing to mention is who would you give it to?
Right. All right, let's keep moving. Tempo and pace, 11:25. I think we get through every game. Another one, or here's one that's not really too important. The Jags at home against the Tennessee Titans. Bets and money on the Jags here makes perfect sense to me. I have a thought in this game. I kind of lean Titans here. And I'm not even really trying to get that gross or contrarian. I just wonder if the Titans are that team that started to play well towards the end of the season, started to cover some spreads, and as soon as guys like me try to fucking time them up, they burn us. We're not there whenever they deliver on an ATS performance, but then the following week they will. So they covered 3 straight. As soon as I bet them at home against the Jags +5.5, +6. They lose 25-3. Next week they win outright against the Browns. Then they don't cover a 12.5 spread against the Niners. What do they do the following week? They win and cover against the Chiefs. Last week, 1.5 point dogs. We had them winning and covering the entire game. Blow it late with 4 minutes left. Just feels like a game, maybe a little zigzag ATS. And also on the flip side, the Jags have a lot of motivation to run up the scoreboard. I don't necessarily think so. I think they want to get in, don't show too much of what they've already shown, but it's time for Liam Cohen to start fucking getting deeper in his bag for a playoff run. And that's kind of, I think mentally the Jags think of themselves as a serious team that can make some noise. Kind of hard to get up against the Titans. You want to get in, play a clean game, don't get injured, get the win, and move on. That's kind of what I think. Steak, what do you think? We'll switch it up.
I think I'm torn. The Jags need to win this game. There's a lot of things that can happen, but they need to win the division. Obviously, if they lose and Houston wins, they lose the division. There's a world where they win, New England and Broncos both lose, and they're the 1 seed. I understand that's probably not happening, but still possible. And I earlier in the week thought it would be like a conservative game plan, but now I'm wondering if Liam Cohen even does that. And then Trevor Lawrence has the third best odds to win the MVP. Don't get me wrong. I'm not up here pitching Trevor Lawrence for MVP, but he's had a fucking amazing year. And I don't see why they would slow it down or try to be conservative just to squeak out this win against the Titans. I think they can keep playing exactly the way they've been playing. I saw someone in the chat say it. I'm tempted to take the over here, to be honest.
I don't hate that look. I don't hate it. I do have a Texans to win the division at like 550. So I'm already sort of invested in the Texans, and I could not be happier to not play the Texans again this year and just be completely done with them. So for me, this is absolutely no play. But I do think I don't think anyone's going to be surprised if the Jags just go out there and murder ball them.
Yeah.
Matt, if you have any thoughts on this game, great. If you don't, also great. But what do you think more so about the Jags run in the playoffs? Do you think they're a serious team, or are you going to be looking to fade them?
They're my favorite team to win the AFC.
Really?
I don't like a lot of the AFC teams, man.
The AFC is so wide open. It's so wide open.
I would say yes, but I also think the records are really false, if you would. I think the Broncos have a lot of issues, even outside of Bo Nix. Their playmakers fucking suck. I do not like going into the playoffs with a rookie running back who barely weighs 200 pounds. The Patriots, all their issues off the fucking field, and then I don't want to fade Drake May, but outside of Drake May, their team is not good. I don't think you can ignore that. The Texans, if you watch their games, they have 2 or 3 big plays a game that go for a touchdown. Other than that, they don't do fucking shit on offense.
Mm-hmm.
That offensive line is atrocious. So I don't like them. Chargers, same thing. I like the Chargers more than like the Patriots, only because Justin Herbert has a little more experience in the NFL. And he's played phenomenal. Justin Herbert has. I think he actually deserves some MVP acknowledgement, more so than he has at the moment. And then the Steelers are a joke, and the AFC people are jokes. So I think my favorite, the Jags are.
Wow.
Look forward.
Plus 550 to win the AFC. Denver 280, Pats 460, Bills 5-1.
Yeah, I'll combat Matt on that a little bit just to kind of dip into the futures market. But my favorite team would be the Texans because they do have the best defense. I understand Stroud's got problems, but the last 2 years he's won a playoff game. And no one respected him in either of those games. I think last year, round 1, 2 years ago, they beat the Browns. And last year they beat the Chargers. And no one gave them any hope in either of those games. So I think D'Amico Ryan can get it done. So if I have a chance in there, if I take a team in the AFC, it's going to be the Texans. I want to wait till this week plays out, though.
Fair. Speaking of that, go ahead, Steak.
So my take on the AFC is I'm done disrespecting teams that have great defenses and great offensive lines.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't actually say I don't have faith in the Broncos because I think that's enough to be successful in the playoffs in this AFC. That's kind of a crapshoot. But it does make me not really like the Texans. They do have the best or second best defense in the NFL at this point, and their offensive line is improved, but I still don't think you can say it's good. And I think ultimately that's going to be their downfall. The Patriots, I agree with what Matt said, except I have to mention that I believe in Drake May magic. I just think the kid's special, and I do think he could do some things to make a run in this playoffs, but it will take him putting the team on their back for sure. They have a good defense, don't get me wrong, but the weapons are a question, especially with whatever Stephon Diggs did to his chef. I have no idea I don't know what's going on.
My thing with the Jags is it's really tough to see them going into Denver and winning twice.
Yeah, a lot of people are going to say
I agree.
A lot of people are going to say that.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I would say the narrative fits, but however, did you watch the actual game when the Jags played the Broncos?
The Jags were head and shoulders better.
Yeah.
They butt fucked them. Yeah.
That's because the Jags are good.
Yeah. Their defense had fucking Bo Nix in a blender. I don't think he did anything until like the last drive. By the way, curious to see what the chat has to say. So in the Twitch poll, I see there's 125 of you. We can get more than 10 votes. Go vote between the Jags and the Texans. Who would you take? That's a good question. All right, let's keep moving. A little tempo and pace. We do have some other big games to get to. This one is not a big game. Speaking of the Texans, they are playing the Colts. They're 10.5 point favorites at home. I think we're getting Riley Leonard. I don't have anything in this game. I think the spread's a little short. It feels like it's got to be the Jonathan Taylor day. If Ashton Jeanty can do it, why can't JT? And if Riley Leonard's playing, you got to take his rushing yards. He's not that good of a quarterback. Great kid. Nice dude. I'm sure he's just like, I would be terrified to go be playing.
Hold on, Finchy. Hold on. Let me slow you down there. That 350 yards out of Bo Nix against the Jacksonville Jaguars is exactly the problem I have with just saying stats, because that's what Jacoby Brissett does when he's getting his ass kicked and the game is out of reach. He puts up garbage time numbers in the fourth quarter. There's nothing impressive about Bo Nix in that game against the Jaguars. They got their ass kicked. It is what it is. I'm with you on the Broncos, and I get that you get in here and defend them. I get why. They've had a great year. The Jags beat their ass. There's no other way to see that. The Jags went into Denver and dominated the Denver Broncos.
Yes. Okay. Good job. I'm glad you addressed that. Okay.
Fake sharps are aggressive.
What's that?
The fake sharps are aggressive to the chat.
You got to be aggressive.
Yeah.
DJ's whole motto in life is keep them in line.
Thank you.
Don't let anybody step out.
He's been yelling a lot more lately, and I get the name change, but now Steak is in line, and Greg's here yelling at people. I like it.
I love
it's just new.
I love when Steak fucking puts his foot down and calls out someone in the chat. I mean, he lets people get away with fucking murder, but now he's finally starting to get a backbone. Greg might get there one day. He's so happy-go-lucky, this guy. All right, but anyways, do you guys have anything in this game? If not, we'll keep moving. Texans.
I'm down on the Riley Leonard rushing yards.
Okay. Matt, anything?
I didn't say it last game. I'm playing the Jags and the Texans first half. I think they both get a big early and then stop giving a fuck in the fourth quarter.
That's fair.
Yeah, and if the Texans look up at the scoreboard at halftime and see the Jags are up big.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much to play for either way at the end of the game, but at least early on they don't know that.
Okay. All right, let's keep moving. A couple more games that don't really matter, but maybe do matter a little bit. Let's go to Green Bay. No, I'm sorry, Minnesota. We'll go to Minnesota. Two Vikings fans up here. I'm not being facetious when I say this. It's a really, really nice end of the season that a team like the. Why are you doing
I'm
that?
laughing because I want to see Steak get fired up.
There's no getting fired up. There's no getting fired up. I'm being dead serious.
You're not getting fired up. Steak's gonna get fired up.
He's not gonna get fired up.
Getting fired up about you saying fired up. It's crazy.
How am I not supposed to be fired up? I literally preface this by saying I'm not being facetious. And Greg goes, fucking give me.
I'm laughing because I'm waiting to see Steak's reaction.
There's no waiting. What is he going to get a reaction for? I'm complimenting the end of this season. Do you know what morale means? Do you know what morale is? It's very important in sports. It's very important when you have a young quarterback who
JJ Morale McCarthy.
Joke. He was the joke of the NFL season.
He still kind of is.
No, he's not. I disagree.
He is, dude.
His meme gets used a lot.
What are you talking about?
I know.
Who put Stafford's face on? Who they put Stafford's face on when he had a bad game?
Would you just hold on a fucking second?
He's still a bit of a joke.
He's a bit of a joke, but they're using him with other players on it now. So he's still like the base of it, but he himself is not the joke anymore.
He's the butt of the joke.
Hey, can I explain something to you when you say they're using him and with other people's face? If Matt Stafford has a really good game, do they put his face on JJ McCarthy's, or is it only when he has a really bad game?
That's such a stupid
answer the question.
They don't put his face on JJ McCarthy unless
he has a really bad game, right?
Right. Yeah.
Then JJ McCarthy's the joke. That's how
now, can I explain something to you? When JJ McCarthy was the joke, JJ McCarthy was the player with his jersey and his face being passed around. That's how the
joke began, DJ.
Correct.
And now the joke is putting other people on JJ
Correct.
McCarthy.
Meaning
joke, and he's still the joke.
Up. He was 100% of the joke. Now Matt Stafford is on JJ McCarthy. You don't understand. What don't you understand?
It's a horrible take.
When you play like shit, you go on JJ McCarthy's image.
Correct.
Yes.
You don't.
What does that say about JJ McCarthy?
I just said what it said. He was that bad. You're making my point. That's how bad he was to start the year. That's how bad he was. He became the base of every fucking meme for the NFL and for football.
He still is, D-Gen.
He is the base.
Still that.
He is the base. You don't see. Let me ask you a question, and then we're going to move on. Do you see JJ McCarthy's face and jersey still being made fun of? The answer is no.
Not true.
He was hurt last week.
Yeah. It's because they've relaxed on the joke.
What about the weeks before that? He's playing better.
He's hurt the last 2 weeks. He was playing better, but no one cares.
He's playing better.
Matt, please say something.
I feel like Greg Pavlov dogs D-Gen. Like he says fired up, and D-Gen will just go on a rant for like 5 minutes on purpose. I think it's like an experiment with Greg, in my opinion.
I do like to get him fired up.
Oh, he always likes to get me fired up.
It's so easy.
Listen, All I'm trying to say is this. The Vikings going from being 4-8 to 8-8 with the potential to be 9-8 going into the season with a young quarterback who was the worst running joke in the NFL for the first half of the year is a great end to the season, all things considered. It just is. It's good for morale. It just is.
Yeah, no Vikings fans are with you. Do we have a read on this game? I'm assuming absolutely nobody from the Packers is playing. That's the only way they could be 7.5. 0.
Clayton Tune is starting.
But like, are the receivers playing? Is Josh Jacobs?
So one of the things I heard was Christian Watson last year in a meaningless game towards ACL against the Bears, and LaFleur is going to be very cautious with everyone, and it's Clayton Tune that's starting. So
they're not playing anybody.
What are the Packers doing in the playoffs? They're going on the road round 1?
1,000,000%. I believe they are locked into the.
They're locked into the 7, so they're going to play either at Chicago or at Philly.
Okay, that's the other place they can play. I've heard a lot of at Chicago. The Vikings are going to win this game.
Yeah, I mean, it's Clayton Tune.
You're minus 380 to do that.
Well, you say it's Clayton Tune, but like the fucking Vikings had Max Brosmer, and they
don't have Max Brosmer. It wouldn't be 7.5 and Max.
It's JJ.
It's got to be JJ.
Well, my point is this: they had Max Brosmer and they won. So a team with no quarterback can still win.
Yeah, but they're sitting other starters too.
Okay, understood. Do you like the Packers with the points? I do not.
I wouldn't bet this game with your money.
Yeah, I have the Packers win total 9.5 too, which sucks. I would like to plead my case to DraftKings that half a win or a tie should count as half a win, and it should be a push. I don't think they're going to listen.
They're not going to listen, but not hitting that bet is one of the most disgusting.
That sucks. And if you have the under Vikings win total and you lose it, that sucks. Because that was a pretty damn good bet.
Yeah.
But the defense is playing lights out. Good for them. Matt, you got anything in this game?
Yeah, it's only what Cam said here is I'm just going to bet JJ's receiving yards just to get to 70. I know he's been terrible. I know he's not been locked in. I think they're just going to force feed him the ball to get at least 70 to get to 1K.
JJ's receiving yards are going to be my 13th reason.
Why would Minnesota want to lose on purpose?
Why? So
they're obviously not doing that. They've won 4 games in a row. They're obviously not losing on purpose.
Yeah, there's no reason.
Yeah.
Desmond Ridder.
I mean, the other side of this too is Flores is very likely going to be a head coach somewhere, and this is his sort of final interview for it.
Sucks. That part's tough to tell because Clayton Tune.
I think Brian Flores is a guy that's just much better coordinator as a head coach. I think he should just be the highest paid coordinator in the NFL, but he still would probably, I heard the Cowboys were going to pay him whatever he wants, which
there's no way Jerry Jones is going to pay Brian Flores.
Okay. All right. We'll see. No, not to be a head coach.
Oh, okay.
No.
Really?
Hey, they're going to pay him to be a defensive coordinator, but they're going to make the most expensive defensive coordinator in the NFL.
Minnesota's going to throw everything we can at them to keep him.
Yeah, I was going to say, if he's going to stay in D.C., might as well stay in Minnesota with Kevin O'Connell, but yeah, I don't know.
Special K, that's right. They did just sign Trevon Diggs, starting GB. JJ might go for 200.
Oh, my God. You're making me like the Packers.
I don't disagree, Kev. I don't disagree. This is going to be a show.
If they just signed him, I wouldn't be surprised if they'd even play him.
Kyle the Whaler. Yep, he did kill that. Defense is playing awesome. Cowboys go on the road and they're playing the New York Giants. What do we know about Dak? Dak loves to play well when the season doesn't matter. He loves to play well when the game is out of reach. I have Dak to lead the league in passing yards. Very much need him to have a good game, but he typically plays well in New Jersey. I think that the Giants are bait here. Giants feel like the fake sharp play of the day, in my opinion. It's the home divisional dog that you probably should take. I understand people like Jackson Dart, as they should. There's things to like about this Giants team whenever Cam Scatterbo and Malik Neighbors get healthy. But I don't like them here. I think they get a lead. I think they lean on it. I'm sure that this game probably will see some scoring from the Giants, but it would just be so fitting for Dallas to make a push, have some good wins, get eliminated. You end the season on the road at Washington, at the Giants, and you take care of business both, and your offense looks good and Dak looks good. So I'd probably be on something Cowboys if I had to play this game. We can make this one quick. Matt, do you like anything in Cowboys Giants?
I got nothing.
Okay, Greg?
DJ, this is it, baby. Dak passing yards leader.
That's what I'm saying.
He's up. He's up going into week 18. That's all you can hope for. We'll see. I'm not playing it, but I'm praying for him to have a big yardage.
How much
game.
is he up?
I'll pull
less
it
than
right
100 yards on Stafford.
And Stafford's going to have a big fuck you game, which sucks because he just had a terrible.
He might. They might rest him in the second half, though.
Does Stafford have anything to play for?
They could. It all depends on the Seattle-San Francisco game.
Got it. Giants are nothing in this game. I kind of get what DJ's saying. Like, I respect the take. I just don't necessarily agree with it. I would probably take the Giants and the points in this one.
Okay. Next game, and then I think we're done with the 1 o'clock slate. Bengals at home against the Browns. I mean, this is just a classic. Are you fading the Burrow, Jamar Chase Brown Bengals, who are having a blast at 6-10? I mean, they are having some fun. They're playing some good football offensively. Now they get the Browns to end it out. The Browns, I still think, kind of feel like they have something to play for, with Shedeur Sanders leading the charge and Myles Garrett trying to get the sack record. This is going to be a really interesting game. Total's 45, kind of lean under. The only concern I have, kind of what Mid-Major said about another team earlier, although I forget what it was, but it's basically, are you going to bet off this team or this coach or this player off of a high? Are you really going to take the Browns after they just beat the Steelers outright? I don't know that I could do that. So
and covered against the Bills.
Great point, Steak, because you like them there. I have a hard time doing that. At the same time, though, I don't know that I want to lay it with the Bengals. I just don't. So I'd probably go under in this game if I had to play anything. Steak, what do you like?
I'll make it really easy. I try to pride myself in having a take on every game. I like nothing in this game. I do like anything in this game. I will not be betting on it.
Greg, Matt?
Oh, yeah. Let me go. Yeah. Because this is going to be my favorite bet. This is my POD. I'm dead serious, too. I love the Bengals here. I think the Browns are just coming off of their Super Bowl. I think Myles Garrett gets a sack first half. And, I mean, yes, this typically is a close game. The last 3 years when this game's been in Cincinnati, the Bengals have blown them out. So I like the Bengals here. I think it's perfect to feed into next year's narrative of what if Burrow didn't get hit, bring in all those Bengals bettors again. Their defense has been playing a lot better. The offensive line's been playing a lot better. I think they just go out there and run over a Browns team that just had 2 massive homestands, right? They covered against the Bills with ease, and they just beat the Steelers. That was their Super Bowl. They get to say that they were the reason the Steelers didn't win the division if it goes down and their biggest rival. So, yeah, for me, that was a Browns Super Bowl. I'm buying them, or I'm selling them at their high point.
Okay.
Glad I pitched that to Greg. He had a way better sell.
Matt, anything?
Yeah, Browns up the Super Bowl. I don't think the Browns scored 10 points. Without Harold Phantom Jr. and David Njoku, Shedeur Sanders is going to fucking look terrible, in my opinion. They did nothing against the Steelers last week outside the first round. So,
great point. Great fucking point. Okay. All right. I like where all your guys are heads at. I'll probably be on that under. All right. Let's get into the 4 o'clock slate and finish up strong. It's 11:45. Thank you again, Matt, for joining us, and Greg for making the time as well. Let's talk the Broncos and Chargers. So we did talk a little AFC futures in a sense of who we like and don't like. You guys had some decent points about the Texans and Jags not really trusting the Broncos. I think Sean Payton has done a marvelous job. I think Bo Nix has been excellent. This team is good, but Sean Payton has to win a playoff game. He just has to win a playoff game for me to fully respect him in this role, because even though Bo Nix is a second-year quarterback, you've got enough. You have enough. They're at home laying 13 against the Chargers. I think Trey Lance is going to play. I don't know this is a game we have to spend too much time on. Probably a get in, get out for Denver. I mean, they want to win this game. They're playing for the 1 seed. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know that I like anything. 38 looks a touch high, if that's what it is, on that total, with nobody really playing for the Chargers and a really good Broncos defense. So, Steak,
is
what do you
nobody playing for the Chargers, or is Justin Herbert just not playing?
I'm sorry. I should clarify. Maybe it's just Justin Herbert not playing. You're right. Doesn't sound like anybody really has anything.
We're waiting for you to dish it out.
Oh, I have something.
Yeah, Steak, go.
I like the Broncos.
You do.
Yeah, if Trey Lance is going to have success against this defense with that offensive line, I'll pay to see it.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter who they play for the last 3 to 4 games. Justin Herbert is running for his life. I'm aware Trey Lance is capable of running for his life too. I don't think it leads to success. You got Denver, who's coming off playing Kansas City. Also big favorites in that game. It was on the road. They didn't cover. Before that, they got beat up by Jacksonville. Before that, they went to overtime with the Commanders. And before that, they had a 1-score game with the Raiders. I don't think anybody's laying the points with the Broncos. And I think there's enough people that will want to get cute with Trey Lance and the Chargers plus 12.5. I think the Broncos spank them, and I think it's early. Like, I don't know what 2 games you said it about, Matt, but I think it was Texans and Jags where you like the first half. I like the Broncos first half. I think they might be up 21-0 at half.
One thing I like about the Broncos, now that you mention it, is they did fail to cover as 12.5, 13-point favorites against the Chiefs. I could kind of see them doing it now this week. I sort of like playing that a little bit. Greg, you like anything in this?
Yeah, if anything, I'm going to go against Steak here. I don't know if I'm actually going to play it, but I mean, the Broncos have just their textbook play down to your opponent, no matter who it is, right? They didn't cover either game against the Raiders. They won in overtime against Mariota. Like, that's just who this team is this year. They play down to them. So even though it's Trey Lance, I still think the Chargers can get enough done to cover that, especially with such a big number and such a low total. Come on. It's worth a sprinkle on the Chargers.
I like what Kyle the Whaler said, by the way. Remember what Denver did to Carson Wentz in week 18 of last year, Horses by Murder. Yep.
Denver was a completely different team last year. Denver was like 9-0 against in big spreads last year. This year, it's complete 180.
Right. That's a very good point. That is a good point. Matt?
Chris Olakun and the Chiefs put up 100 yards of offense and covered. I don't think the Chiefs cover against the Broncos this week. I think Trey Lance is absolute dog shit. Also, I mean, let's assume the Broncos win. They get a week off. I think Sean Payton is petty enough to just kind of pull out all the, just to fuck the Chargers, to get them rolling, to get the week off, and to make sure they don't lose any steam.
Got it. So with a win, no matter what, they'll get a bye.
Yes, correct.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. Trey Lance.
It is worth noting to get on Matt and Steak's side too that the Chargers swept them last year. They won the earlier game. There's definitely some animosity there to really show it to them.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
For my money, I think Sean Payton's the pettiest motherfucker as a head coach in the NFL.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you might be onto something. All right, next game. I don't think we have to spend too much time on this one. Chiefs 5 on the road against the Vegas Raiders. I don't know. For whatever reason, I could see Vegas winning this game, and they're awful. I don't know that I'm going to bet it, but the only thing I'd put my money on is what I said last week with the Titans. Big tree fall hard. Like, I think this is a crash and burn, or 2 weeks ago, sorry, for the Chiefs. But I guess they did get up, and they played the Broncos pretty close, so maybe I'm wrong here. I just don't think they give any sort of a fuck about this game. Neither does the Raiders, obviously. But, can the Chiefs roll out of bed and cover 5 against Vegas? Maybe. I wouldn't lay it. I wouldn't lay 5 with the Chiefs on the road.
Have you read what the Raiders are doing with the QB room this game?
No, I have not. No.
They're doing a carousel between Pickett and O'Connell.
That sounds pretty good.
Pickett and Gino?
Carousel means swapping drives?
Yeah.
Pickett and – oh, really? So it's Aiden O'Connell?
No, it's both of them. They're going to play both of them. They already announced
Gino's not even seeing the field.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Gino interception leader. Whoever's got a ticket, 17, Tua 15. Ouch. Ouch if you had Tua.
So they're really fucking swapping between Kenny Pickett and Cam His Money.
Damn.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I can't bet this game. I got nothing to say.
Yeah, if anything, I would take the under because I think both teams truly want to lose this, right? If the Chiefs get a top 10 draft pick, that's huge, and the Raiders can't fuck up Mendoza.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Next game, Bills 6.5 at home against the New York Jets. Total 37.5. I got nothing in this one. I think it's going to be Titty Mitch. Cash the Jets under 4.5 wins. You guys are right. Never a sweat. Thank you. Always believed in you. I know. I'm just kidding. Got nothing. Anybody? Jets, Bills?
I'm not going to bet on Brady Cook.
Yeah.
I'll bet Titty Mitch before I bet Brady Cook, and it's that simple. I got nothing else to say.
Yeah, nothing in this game. Nothing.
Okay. In absolutely no world would Curdy Flirty be the mayor of the chat. Absolutely not. You need somebody with.
You wouldn't let there be a mayor of the chat. This is
yes, I would. I absolutely would. Yes, I would. I'm telling you, I would.
If you let there be a mayor of the chat, it would be corrupt. He would be.
You got to put. You
guys would be insider trading and doing illegal stuff.
You got to put the class clowns and the bad apples in detention and in timeout. You have to.
Good question from Kev. I'll say yes. When it's the Bills, yes, I'll say he is worth that.
Yeah, I would say as of now, Fat Girls is the mayor, Snide's the mayor, absolutely. But they're also mods. Joe Jonesy could be mayor. You're out of your mind. You think because I want to punish the bad apples and the bad vibes, you think I'm just all across the board. Oh, I don't want any fun. I don't want any of this. You're out of your mind. It would have to be a loyal minion. No, not true. Absolutely not. Fat Girls isn't loyal to me at all. Anyways, let's keep moving. Patriots 10.5 against the Dolphins. I have one read here. I'll probably take the Miami Dolphins team total under in this game. And the reason I would do that is I'm not buying the Miami Dolphins offense at all after what they did against the Bucs defense and what they did against the Bengals defense, because those are two of the worst defenses in the NFL. I don't care if the second or third stringers are playing for the New England Patriots on the road. Then January 3rd or 4th, whenever the fucking date is, 4th, late afternoon, Miami, no thanks. I think they are maybe going to score 10 points at absolute most. So that's my angle in this game. You guys got anything in Patriots Dolphins?
I got nothing.
I like the Patriots. I'll buy a little bit of the bad news with whatever's going on with Stephon Diggs and sell a little bit of the good news that Quinn Ewers kind of looks like a competent quarterback, which I think surprises a lot of people. And the fact, like I said last time we discussed this game, the Dolphins, this is their Super Bowl. They always do this somehow to the Patriots. When the Patriots have something to play for and the Dolphins have nothing to play for, they seem to squeak out this game or make this game competitive. I don't really see it happening this year. I kind of think the Patriots beat their ass.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with that Patriots side, though, is it's typically they play them close when it's in Miami.
Yeah.
And I don't know. For me, I'm with you, Steak. I think the Patriots have been beaten up on the lower tier all season, and I don't see it stopping. So it's Patriots or nothing.
Matt?
Nothing.
Okay. By the way,
I forgot something last game.
Go ahead.
I have to bet, I guess Titty Mitch is what you call him. I have to bet him under interception, because if the Jets don't record an interception, it'll be the first team in NFL history to ever not do so.
I love that.
Wow.
I have to.
Titty Mitch is the last quarterback. That's crazy.
What a way to close it out. I have to bet
Love that. Love that read. By the way, I just want to make sure Steak sees this. Somebody's coach, Gnocchi Baloney, says Fat Girls is an auto fade, and then Fat Girls banned him, by the way.
There's your mayor. There's your mayor, the guy who threatens to end this entire stream and calls me on the phone during stream to scream at us. That's your mayor.
You literally love Fat Girls. Now all of a sudden you don't like him anymore.
I do love Fat Girls.
Yeah.
I do love Fat Girls. Also, his name is Fat Girls _Inc.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Isn't that a burner?
I mean, yeah, kind of. Yeah, I'm leaving the nerds in 25. That's fine. The banning was a little much. I wouldn't have banned him for calling Fat Girls an auto fade. I would have just maybe timed him out. But either way, Steak would have given him a fucking key to the city. That's what Steak would have done. All right, next game, Rams and the Cardinals. Rams 7.5 against Arizona. I don't really think that this game has much implication, so I don't know that we have to make too much time for it. Rams are off a loss. I mean, they just maybe need to win. Maybe they don't need to win. Again, I truly don't know.
Right?
2 losses.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good fucking point. Yeah. I mean, a Matt Stafford, bounce back game at home and the season makes all the sense in the world. But on the flip side, do they really have much to play for? I don't know. I'm not getting involved. Does anybody have anything?
I mean, they might have something to play for. It depends on this Seahawks game, because they could bump up to the 5 seed, which means you get the Bucs or the Panthers. So you're much rather wanting to play for that. But again, this is something you kind of have to wait and see what happens Saturday night. But
right.
I do think regardless, I understand that they're going into the playoffs and this game doesn't really matter, but you don't want to go into the playoffs almost a month of looking and playing bad football. Like, you want to get a good sound game under your belt, and I think that's what McVay does here.
Okay, kind of with you.
And the Cardinals are so dumb.
Even if you do it for a half, Greg, even if you do it for a half, like you get 2 touchdown passes, no interceptions out of Stafford for a half. I like everything you said. The wait and see point is the best point.
Yep. Matt, anything?
No. Did you guys see the stat where once I know everyone was super happy that Murray got benched, but ever since Brissett was announced as starter, they're like 0-8 with like a negative 180 point differential.
Mm-hmm.
That's because Jacoby Brissett isn't a starting quarterback.
No, he's not. He's a good backup.
Yeah, so no reason not be on the Rams, in my opinion.
Okay. Here's a good one, and I know people are going to have.
I think we should unban Coach. If you want to time him out, time him out.
Yeah, take it up with Fat Girls.
Fat Girls, unban that man.
I'm not losing any.
Bolognese, what an awesome name, Coach Bolognese.
Yeah, he might be a burner. I don't know. Bears 3 at home. It just feels like a Dan Campbell game to me, but at the same time, the Lions have fucked me. the Lions fucked me this year. I kind of want to just stay away from them. And, you know, I've been shitting on Caleb Williams, but I shit on Caleb Williams no more. He made an unbelievable play to win the game against the Green Bay Packers after doing absolutely nothing for almost 4 quarters. But good on him. It was a great throw. I respect it, but kind of just feels like the Lions come in here and cover this number. I don't know if they win, but they might. They got nothing to play for. Their season's over. The last time the Lions had nothing to play for and they played an NFC North opponent, I believe, was against the Aaron Rodgers at home or in Green Bay, and they kept them out of the playoff. But Steak had a good counter to that when I brought this up. That was a different Lions team. They were underdogs. Now they're considered top dogs. So a little bit different. They got to be holding their head down, you would think, with the way the season ended. So I don't know. I don't know if they really care to go into Chicago and play spoiler. Total's 50.5, pretty high. And you know Ben Johnson might want a little revenge after the revenge game that Detroit had, where they beat them 52-21 and fluffed up the offensive ratings for the Detroit Lions that Kev and the Lions fans love so much. I got nothing other than it would be Detroit or pass for me. Matt, what about you?
I love the Lions.
You do? All right.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that Bears defense, it was all healthy on Monday or Sunday night. It's so bad. They all want to complain about the Lions offensive line is absolute dog shit right now, which is true. The Bears are one of the worst teams in the league in getting pressure and that blitz percentage. They cannot get pressure. They cannot cover. They're so bad. I like the Lions a lot. A lot.
Finishing 4th in division means you get an easy schedule next season. Wow. Okay.
Got a weird take. It ends up ultimately agreeing with you guys, but it's a weird way to get there. Do the Bears have to win to get the 2 seed, or are they locked into the 2 seed?
They have to win.
They have to win.
And that would
or
be
the Eagles lose.
So I understand between potentially playing the Packers or the Rams?
Or an NFC West opponent, depending on what the games play out, yes. The 7th is going to be the Packers for sure.
Eagles are sitting starters.
So I see where you're going. It might seem like the Bears don't want to win.
I was going to say, you know, it's so insulting if you're Ben Johnson. You ever heard the saying, the best revenge is no revenge at all?
Yeah.
No.
You know what's so insulting if you're Ben Johnson? I don't give a fuck about this game. I'm going to host that game.
You don't mean anything to me.
I don't care about playing the Lions. You guys are already out of the playoffs. You're probably going to finish 4th in division now that I'm gone. I don't care that you hung 52 on me earlier in the year. I'm the division champ. I got a home playoff game. Revenge? Why do I need revenge against you guys? You just lost to Max fucking Brosmer. Best revenge, no revenge at all. We don't give a fuck about this game. And that kind of makes me like the Lions too.
I'm going to go against all you guys. I think Ben Johnson's too much of a psychopath to say I'm going to lay down against this game, especially if the Lions beat the shit out of them earlier this year. You're coming off a loss. You want to go into the playoffs with momentum. I think the Bears roll over them.
I agree with momentum. Do you not think, though, because Ben Johnson is a fucking psychopath, which I agree with, do you think he cares about killing a dead opponent?
Yes.
Yeah.
Since he came from there, since they beat the shit out of him earlier this year, yes.
Yeah. I kind of like
it's all speculation, so I disagree, but I like the dialogue.
Imagine how much more insulting it is if he pulls Caleb Williams from this game and puts fucking Bajan in and fucking starts pulling out the starters. That's so much more insulting than beating them, I feel like.
You're kind of right, dude. You're kind of right. Or what if they just run the ball every play?
They kind of, I don't know.
I like where your head's at, man. This is a really, really interesting take. Nevertheless, makes me like the Lions to cover and win this game. All right, I do have a hard stop. Sorry, I got a corp thing that just came in. I got to do before 12:30. Let's just skip, if you guys don't mind, the Eagles Commanders game, unless you have something quickly. No, okay.
Eagles are nothing.
Let's talk about this Sunday night game. It's for all the marbles. The Baltimore Ravens are in Pittsburgh. They win, and they win the division. The Steelers win. They win the division 8-8 versus 9-7. The Ravens look like they are 3.5-point favorites on the road. And in case anybody is wondering, these are the picket splits. A lot of bets and money on the Ravens to win this game. More bets, and even on the money on the Steelers to cover. I have heard it. It's not overwhelming, but I've heard it. Steak says I'm not hearing it. I'll pull the tape. Trust me. People are saying this is a Tomlin game. And it makes perfect sense. I understand. He's a dog. He's at home, and he's coming off a loss. Like, this is when you want to play Tomlin. I totally understand it. I'm not buying it. And the reason why I'm not buying it is because I actually do respect Tomlin. Did you guys watch that Steelers offense? I don't think that was just look, credit to the Browns defense at home. We know that unit is different at home. And Stefanski, I'm not a Stefanski guy, but he got that team up to play. He really did. I give him credit for that one. The Ravens defense is not the Browns defense, especially in Pittsburgh. Okay. So I think that the Steelers could have a little bit more success. But dude, when Darnell Washington got hurt, RIP to my fucking atomic bomb, that offense is bad. Bad. No Calvin Austin, no DK, no Darnell. That offense is bad, and Rodgers is old, and I'm sorry, man. I don't think you're pulling any fucking rabbits out of a hat or tricks out of your sleeve, Arthur Smith. So I got no faith. No faith. Square, don't care. Chalk, whatever. Oh, DJ, you never do this. Jeff Sunday, you're so different. Fuck you. Fuck you.
I'd like to go first so Greg can go last. Greg,
that's fair. I just, before we go to you, I want to ask DJ a question.
Ask me.
What did you say the first time this year when these teams played? -5.5 in Baltimore.
I said it was a Tomlin game. Tomlin.
No. Oh my God. Oh my God. Somebody's checked the tape.
What did I say?
You said the Ravens are going to murder them.
I did not say that.
You said pretty much all the exact same things. Rodgers is old. This defense is bad. Blah, 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 blah. The Ravens are going to murder him.
I'm going to go find the tape. I don't think I said that. I said this is a Steelers play.
Number one, I'll take me 10 seconds to do this. Caleb Williams needs to be the first 4,000-yard passer in Bears history. I forgot that part, so sorry. Also, Tanner McKee playing for the Eagles. If that's true, I'll be betting the Eagles. Now, you keep saying I'm not buying something that nobody is selling. Nobody is selling the Pittsburgh Steelers and Adam Thielen and Scotty Miller that just put up 6 points against the Browns, against the Ravens, who just put up 41 against the Packers. They are not selling what you think that you're not buying. I'm just letting you know right now. I'm with Greg on the Steelers, +3.5 and the money line. I don't think the Ravens are very good at all. No matter who plays quarterback, I'll take the Steelers. Go ahead.
Matt?
Yeah, so did you guys realize that the Ravens defense allowed Malik Willis to have statistically the best quarterback-rated game of the season?
Oof.
Yeah, well, Steak did. He said he wants to give him a contract and make him QB1.
Against that healthy Ravens defense.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so my point being, I don't care what Aaron Rodgers in that offensive room looks like. This Ravens defense is terrible. It's dog shit. I think that's being really overlooked because, as Steak alluded to, they scored 41 points and no one's caring about the other side of the ball that they played. 3.5 is way too many points for Tyler Huntley on the road. Snoop Huntley, I apologize.
Would you care if it was Lamar? Because I'm hearing that might be.
It's very likely going to be Lamar.
If it's Lamar, I mean, the market's going to go higher. So, I mean, just more points on the Steelers. I think he's looked bad all season long, right? I mean, he's been injured all season. He hasn't been running.
He's been injured all season, yes.
Yeah, so I don't think he's going to heal up after a week or two. And I think he had a concussion too. So, yeah, it's just more points on the Steelers. I would not care.
Lamar is playing and the line's still 3.5. Steelers are winning this football game.
Yeah, it opened 3.5 before it was announced. It's 3.5 still. So they knew what was going to happen. I'm fine with dying on the Steelers hill here.
Go ahead, Greg. What are you rubbing your face for?
Oh, because it's tough. It's tough because this Steelers team, every time I've believed, they fell apart. Every time I give up belief, they come back.
That's Tomlin.
Right? It kind of is. And in this case, I've in a sense given up hope after that Browns game.
Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't expect you to say that.
I mean, how can you
That's my handicapping now.
You win against one of the worst teams in the NFL who doesn't have an offense. I know they have a good defense, but who doesn't have an offense. You have to win that game. You win the division. You get the rest a week. You get TJ Watt back healthy. All those injuries, you get the rest a week and sit starters this game. And you blew it. So to me, that's tough, man. That's tough to come back from. But I mean, there is, and it's not just a rah-rah Tomlin spot. It's this rivalry, and you can go back 20 years almost with how long these two coaches have been here. Play the underdog. Like that's what prints money in this rivalry. Mm-hmm. And it's not a small sample size. There's nothing close to it in the NFL in terms of coaches with their longevity with the specific team. And between Tomlin and Harbaugh, just play the dog. So it's making me want to believe in the Steelers, but there's no chance I'm betting them. Because Steak, do you have a division ticket on them?
Yeah.
Yeah, 550.
So what do you see happening in this game if the Steelers win? I'm just curious. Like low scoring? Do you see Rodgers putting up 24? What's like a score prediction from you guys?
The other big problem in Pittsburgh of for when the wheels eventually do fall off is I think Boswell's starting to lose a step.
Yeah, he sure is.
He missed a huge, and it wasn't a huge field goal, but he missed a field goal against the Browns. He missed a field goal to ice the game against the Lions. Like he's been the bread and butter, and that's one of the reasons they've been 9-8 for so long. Is you look at their schedule, and there's probably 2 or 3 games a year that he wins, and if he goes away, it's a fucking big problem. But yeah, I'm with Kyle the Whaler there. I think it's ugly if the Steelers win, like a 17-14 type thing.
26-20 for me. Steelers 26-20.
So predictable. So predictable.
You should have said I was going to say that then.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say. I mean, I almost said don't say 26. No. I was going to say don't say 26. You were going to say, oh, you're a dictator. Let me say what I want to say. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. No. To be clear, I'm not bashing Boswell early in the year. He's had some massive field goals throughout the year, but the last couple of weeks, it's a concern.
Matt,
he could be losing his fastball.
What's your score prediction? Then we got to shut it down.
Score prediction? Ugh, jeez. I think the Steelers score more than 20. I think this Ravens defense is really bad, man.
Wow.
It's really bad. I'm not saying they score 26 to be a dick. 26. I think they score more than 20. You guys know the record. Tomlin's such a weird fucking coach with the things he has going on. Do you know his record every year for the past 6 seasons since he's gotten over 500? So since he's got 9 wins to go above 500?
7.
In the following game, once he gets to 500, he's 0-6. ATS and straight up.
Jesus.
Wait, say this stat again.
So in the last 6 seasons, once the Steelers have secured like the above a 500 record, he's 0-6 straight up in ATS in the following game.
Have fun with that.
They just lost last week, so that was your spot to play them because they hit 9-8.
That's true.
Yeah,
so
we're getting somewhere.
There you go.
8-7.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. You're right. All right.
Steelers by a Billy.
Yeah, if anyone wants to go and check the DGen tape
I'll go.
Flipping the Ravens, it was week 14. That will be the first thing I do when we get off of here.
Please go do that. I'll do it later in case you fuck up. If I sense it's an AI video, I'm out for blood. Matt, thank you very much for coming on. Appreciate it. We'll have to do it again in the playoffs. Steak, good week. We have an off day tomorrow. Greg, thanks for making the time. I'm going to unplug today. I know there's some bowl games or whatnot. I'm unplugging today. Got some shit to do. Greg.
All right, we'll see you, man.
Good luck, guys. All right, good luck on all your wagers. Thank you, as always, for hanging out. Yes, appreciate you guys. We did rebrand and change and everything, but you're still here. Make sure you subscribe and follow all the pages. We appreciate you. Good luck on your wagers. You do not have to go home, but you do have to get out of here, and we will check you guys later. See you Sunday morning for Prop Talk. Peace.